Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fireside, where we have the grand finals. We know it's taken a little bit, but we have finally got there. It is going to be like a G6 versus froyotech in the Fireside Cup grand finals. My name's Tcmano. I am joined by the amazing Ro. We've got Dr. Underscore on production and a best of three ahead of us to hopefully decide who is going to be walking away as the winner of this cup, where we got a nice prize pool of 750 big ones for someone to walk away with and take it home. But we got two amazing teams tonight. The maps are going to be Sunshine, Metalworks, and Snakewater. So maybe three exciting maps of TF2 action. But Ro, how are you doing right now? And how are you feeling about this grand finals?
Woo. I mean, it's one of those games where, it's been no question that Froyo would be making it all the way here, but G6 has been stepping it up. We've been seeing some solid gameplay coming out. And frankly, I just want to see some air shots. That's my big wish list for tonight.
Yeah, well, I think that's a hopefully an achievable one. Speaking of the soldiers, Soapy Meister and Marmaloo on G6, and at the start of this Fireside Cup, Marmaloo was not on G6. They still had Kobe 1920, but factors have taken Kobe away from the game temporarily. So I think for this remainder of this cup tonight, and also for the season, RGL season 15, Marmaloo is going to be stepping up for like a G6 and is going to be filling in that pocket slot. But on the other side of things for froyotech, you've got Banny and Saxophone, and that's a very, very kind of scary lineup as well. Banny probably the most experienced player in the game, full stop. And then you've got Saxophone, who is kind of newer to this top invite scene, but he's really made a name for himself already. He's been on froyotech a couple seasons now, and he's been really a standout player. So definitely some good eyes to look at. But it seems like we're almost about to go live here, Ro. What are your predictions for this first map on Sunshine?
Gotta get eyes on Habib.
Ooh, okay.
Your boy. He's gonna be pulling up, and we'll see how he fares. Getting that early damage to make sure these soldiers and scouts get a little frazzled before they get in. No, not going in with a full buff. Why don't you take it away as we go through these rollouts?
Sure, this is going to be the grand finals of the Fireside Cup, 750 big ones. Thanks to our sponsors as well for helping this all get set up. And now it's going to be like a G6 versus froyotech on the first mid here. Saxophone just kind of spamming through lower to try and get some early spam damage. He's actually still hiding beneath the bell tower, trying to see if he can maybe get some type of jump off onto Logan, who was very weak there, but he does get healed up. Someone who is lurking is going to be the soldier jumping in, does a lot of damage, but Banny is going to be the first one to go down. Halbada super weak, having to dodge over by Valley as well. Same thing for Lolguy, just trying to dodge around, and seems like the picks kind of favoring froyotech. They lost both their soldiers, but the same can be said for G6, who also lost Logan, so they're going to be at player disset, and immediately a scout gets sent all the way back to the shutter door right there. Lolguy is disconnected. There's no one with them. It seems like they're just trying to pet the meta, keep them as a pet to delay his death as long as possible. Finally, Lolguy does use just him a nick of time, but he gets blasted away from the door. Seems like he wants to try and get him through lower. He might be able to escape, actually. No one is really there to take him down, and now Habib might die. No, he is going to get out, and somehow Lolguy surviving there is a miracle.
But a miracle cutting down short because the aggression is still good. But there's the other miracle, Soapy Meister from the flank with a good defensive play by Logan. There's so many people on the point, though. Finally, a clean wipe. What I just could not believe how long Lolguy had been delaying using that Uber, getting down to 1 HP. And then I thought for sure with how long it took to find an escape route, complete punish, but no. The soldiers that had just been respawning made complete mincemeat of that last point and saved the day.
Yeah, some medics would have probably kill binded there, not Lolguy, even when it looked like there was no way. And there really wasn't any way he should have gotten out of it. Still made it happen. So just kind of showing his, optimism and hope and trust in his teammates right there. So it is going to be even Ubers for the meantime. Like a G6 still going to be on their second, and it's going to be on froyotech to try and sack in here. So speaking of sacks, it's going to be all eyes on Saxophone to try and lead the charge.
Oh, there's the buff. 3 hundo. Waiting for a little initiation. Clear the stickies. Gungan clearing the way. Come on, here's the bomb, Sax. You know you want it. You've got the way clear. The pressure's coming in from Cafe. They're gonna pull a lot of attention. Sax, you gotta go. Now or never, buddy. Come on! I believe Banny clearing more of the way, as well as Yite. Scout's doing cleanup duty to make sure this pathway is open. Sax now finding the initiation point, coming straight into the face of the enemy combo at the patio. Does die very quickly, unfortunately, and with 2 down, that means Froyo has to pull the retreat, and now with a quick rotation is going to be G6 flying through the valley alley and making their way all the way across the point. That's a full jump from Soapymeister. Logan putting a ton of damage.
Oh,
the pipe! The pipe damage, 2 shots, the medic! And now the combo is completely grumbled, and it's looking like Froyo's round to take, with only 1 person standing between them and defeat. That's Soapymeister in the back line.
Yite trying to win this. Oh, he wins it, and unfortunate for Soapymeister, just got caught out on the wrong side of the map, and froyotech are very aggressive in lobby. They're kind of half-capped second right now, and they're just ready to take this in at a moment's notice. There is a bit of player ad for them to work with, but it seems like they might slow down and instead play the Uber advantage because Hubba stayed alive there. They are going to have around about 30% to go in with here, so just going to be building it up, and a nice early pick on the Caps is definitely going to open things up for them, as now they're getting up to about 100%, just going to distribute the buffs, and if this Uber goes well, this could be the first round on the board for froyotech.
Clear the way. Come on, let's go. All right. There goes the bomb. Takes out the sentry gun immediately and starts to get some cap time here. Just delaying it a little bit. Oh, Gungan falls down. And then a full double jump from the soldiers getting onto the point, but getting cleaned up very quickly. And now there's no heals connecting with the rest of the combo. It's just Yite taking it all and going straight into the face of Logai.
Oh, Yite!
Clean pipe. No, please help. What is this dodging? Yite finally gets the kill. It's kind of low himself. Oh, there we go. Good jukes all around. Just playing that little cat and mouse game. Not working out in favor of G6, but it's only the first round. Got plenty more TF2 to come.
Oh, that is 100% true, and just a little bit of info for the listeners. If you weren't quite aware, froyotech just played an RGL match against Global Clan Ice, and it was very, very close. It was 3-2. froyotech just barely scraping by, so a little bit of a confidence booster probably that first round to win it against a very dominant G6, but we come up onto the second round, going to be trying to rotate, a counter-rotate. Saxophone is going to be in his cafe, and he does get 1 trade out. So his death is not going to be completely in vain, and so it is going to be 1 soldier down for both team. Banny up on the high ground just trying to spam around. He gets bombed over by the remaining soldier, so he is going to have to back up to the core of his team, and they're just playing on the opposite side of the map right now. Habib a little bit weak, and seems like G6 trying to get a bit aggressive. Banny jumps around into bot mode, loses that 1v1. A scout versus a soldier going the way you'd probably expect it to, and now G6 trying to get a little bit aggressive. Marbleu jumping into cafe, makes space, caps, gets to kill Gungan, weak as well. Now it's only going to be Habib, and Hubba does have to use, can they get the force out from Logai? He drops his soldier in Marbleu, but then he uses so much later, but Habib just coming up so clutch is going to be able to get 2 more before he goes down, and that is still going to be a 1 mid for Leica G6 for the moment, but definitely not at all clean.
Oh, okay. These soldiers look like they want to go. They're waiting for the Yite. They're going to initiate. They're going to do it. Here comes Banny with the opening. Gets right on top of the scout. Gets bot mode very low on HP. But Logai falls to the saxophone. It was all a distraction. And now the rest of the players are filing into line, trying to find those openings. There's a chasing Gungan. Going to get picked off here by Marmalou, who might make the escape. Habib also just now getting back up on the respawn. Going to try and contest this point. Logan, with no heals, going to get called out by Habib. No one else is able to close that distance and cut them off. Instead, it's going to be a nice and secure mid grab, so the respawn will be up as well for their medic. Things are calming down a little bit, but this is not going to last for long. Hubba,
no.
Huge ad.
They got huge ad right now. Seems like they're mobilizing and trying to figure out where they want to go to try and take this in. The question is, do they want to use, or are they going to try and milk it in? Seems like they're going to be going in through Valley. They use immediately. Habib bombing forward to see if he can get onto anyone. Doesn't seem like anyone, however, is at risk at falling to this Uber. Everyone on G6 playing that very, very well. They get out. They don't lose anyone, and now they're going to have their own Uber advantage to try and come back in with. They don't have it just quite yet, and they're already playing very aggressive over in Valley. If someone gets aggressive on Lolgai right now, he's not going to be able to use to save anyone. So aggressive peeking right now from G6. You'd like to see it in Marmlu going to be making space, bombing through first team.
Ooh. Okay, come on. Some ground is being taken. Here comes the aggression from Sax getting on to Logan, but not going to be enough. The flash comes out from Lolgai to try and push these players forward. This counter Uber is not getting as much ground or depth as one might prefer, and G6 instead just kind of uses the Uber to guarantee the space and prepare for yet again another aggressor coming out of Habita the combo, pushing through Valley here potentially. Soapy though might call it out, get the timing right for a bomb, but we do see a little bit of peeking into the choke. Soapy does pull up a little bit back. It's Habib getting a little more aggressive now.
They're getting some space. Yeah, getting some space here. Soapy is going to have to jump around. He is not able to get out, unfortunately. So that is going to be a down soldier for G6, but more importantly, froyotech didn't use their Uber. Now they are going to be able to do so to try and take second. They force everyone on G6 back. Marmalou is going to fall as well, so no soldiers for Leica G6. They are going to get their Uber, but it's going to be a lot riskier to try and push out here. They're going to be down one soldier. Pushing out of your last is always risky regardless, but losing a soldier there means that the flank might be a little bit more free, and froyotech could try and go for a backup if they want to, but now Marmlu is going to be getting up shortly. froyotech have to play back. The Uber from G6 imminently going to be used, or at least the threatening of it to be used to try and retake second.
And with Yite falling down, that completely clears the way, especially Sax trying to escape, playing close to the entrances, not going to be able to survive, trying to get out. And so now this is probably the moment it's going to balance out, but we'll see, because Lolgai and Logan are getting healed up now. They had a very short window of opportunity to try and close the gap from like choke all the way to the other side of the mid, but they've opted to just stabilize, have our Uber. We'll see what we can do better with next time around. But the soldiers, on Froyo, getting healed up, potentially? Huh?
Yeah. I think they're thinking about it just a little bit. And yeah, Banny is going to go through because of it. Saxophone also commits in through Valley. Same thing with Yite, kind of a shove. And Yite is going to be able to get onto bot mode. He's fighting in lower right now against the other scout Caps. He's going to have to back up to make sure he stays with his medic. However, Soapy Meister is going to go down, however, and froyotech are just trying to muscle their way in here. Caps, super aggressive over in the Valley, is going to cleave up one on Saxophone. And so that is going to be an even player situation for both teams, 2 down a piece. But with Habib getting another onto Caps, that means there's no scout for Leica G6. Habib just bombs in willy-nilly. He is going to die to the pipe of Logan. Logan also goes down. Lolgai might get caught, however. He is trying to juke and dodge and make sure he doesn't have to use if he doesn't have to, and he is going to be able to hold on to it, force froyotech back over to Cafe. They do have the scouts, however, the respawners from G6 slowly coming in. Seems like Yite is going to joke down. The bomb coming in from Saxophone is going to force out the Uber. Habita all the way back, not having to use, but someone is on the chase. It is going to be bot mode. He meets up with Gungan and tries to take that 1v1. He wins it. Bot mode, however, is super weak, trying to escape through choke, but froyotech are all the way back in their own Valley.
We're not going to talk about that arrow. Bot mode getting healed up, and a full cap coming in, but now the Uber is going to try and... Oh, what is that? Habib jump. Ooh. Got blasted and curved along the archway just above the choke point. One player might fall for this, but they might re-collapse here instead. Here comes the Marmalou flank, coming in from Cafe, doing huge damage to take out Banny and Habib. And then the complete blender at the choke point. Everyone just falling to the hands of Logan, saying, yeah, walk right into me. I'll take you down. And there we go. What a crazy hold against that counter aggression. Taking the cap, and now pushing onwards towards a potential victory.
Yeah, they're coming in fast and furious right now. Call them Dom Toretto. But Leica G6 going to be capturing up second. They got 100%. And if they go quick with it, they should be able to still use this. Habita is at 70%, so it might be holdable for froyotech. They might be able to get if G6 take their time, and they're kind of taking a bit of time, and judging by how they're positioning themselves, I don't think G6 are going to go with it. So it is going to be an even Uber situation. Logan spams down that sentry gun to Soldier. Now can fly and try and get onto anyone, but Soapy Meister isn't going to find anything except a lot of damage taken his way. But Caps dies to the sniper from Gungan, and now we might see froyotech get aggressive in lobby.
Ooh. Yeah, the opening is there. Sniper sight lines are crazy. Gungan might even go for something as crazy as a shutter play, but no, just going to hold down this huge sight line. Soapy going to try and initiate, get a little more ground here. Gungan had already packed up. Speaking of packing up a new sentry gun. There goes the aggression from Soapy trying to jump in while the opening was there. And it's just a 1-for-1 trade. Sax moving forward. Goes down himself.
And like a G6, they still have a bit of time to play with here, but oh my god, Hoda dies, bot mode just runs in, and that is going to be a great opening for like a G6. If they want to go with it, they could opt to maybe wait for the respawners, but bot mode just flying Hubada in all of that chaos, and now it seems like they're positioning themselves over on the right side, just making sure they keep the spam up, making sure froyotech can't really set up any type of defenses. Hubada only just now respawning like a G6. They get all their spawners, and this could be an opportunity for G6 to tie things up and get around on the board.
Immediately wrapping around the corner is Caps, going straight to the gun, getting onto the demo man. He backs up calmly and surely. There goes a little bit of aggression, but no one's really taking the ground. The rest of G6 just stayed at the entrance instead of trying to move forward, and now they have no footing. What? What was that?
I really don't know. That was a that should have been a 1 round for like a G6, everything considered, but they kind of fumbled the bag at the last point, and now froyotech have an opportunity to try and push up, but they're also weak on froyotech, and someone is going for the back cap. It might draw a few people behind it. Oh, my baby just deletes bot mode. Okay, enough of that nonsense, he says, but still, G6 are trying to defend their second. They are at Uber just and froyotech pop in. Habib just jumps in all the way into Valley. I don't think anyone on G6 is going to fall to this, so it is once again going to be another leapfrog scenario, but froyotech now are at disad, and they have got to try and get G6 to pop here, because otherwise if they don't, they're going to be at disad on their last.
Interesting thing about this positioning right now, everyone's so far back that they don't have to use... Oh, but there's the bomb from Sax just in the nick of time. Able to grab that force and even kind of pull some players back even. Waste that Uber a little bit longer, and now Hubada is going to be getting ready here, but no, the demo man Habib got caught out, and everyone else is just collapsing. It's a bloodbath in the lobby, and there's only Bania left to contest with anything. Falls down. The respawn on Sax. It is possible, but I doubt it.
It is a Sax would have to do a whole lot right here. He is going to be able to get onto the point in time. He whips out the skill stick, but unfortunately not going to be able to connect with it. So that is going to be G6 with around a tie game on our first map of the Fireside Grand Finals. froyotech and G6 arguably the 2 best in NA right now. I'd say maybe the 2 best in the whole entire TF2 scene, but we need an international land to prove that. But regardless, showing why 1-1 as we head into our 3rd round.
This angle from Sax is so dorky, just looking at the choke point through this little hole in the wall. Meanwhile, this bomb coming out from Marmaloo takes out the demo man, and a follow-up from Soapy. Nope, that's Marmaloo again. Doing some good damage at this alley, pulling some players down and out. But with the numbers advantage being kind of squarely in the middle for both sides, it's Saxophone taking the height advantage, using some good damage in the face of bot mode to create some ground for Yite, who's now hammering like a nail.
Yeah,
sees an opportunity.
Really great stuff from Saxophone, just taking advantage of the fact that he was the only person able to get onto high ground there, just spamming out. But with Yite going down there, it seems like froyotech are still going to try and defend this just a little bit. Habib might be at risk of falling, but no, the rest of his team do come into choke to try and help him out here. And they're still trying to fight this mid-fight right now with Logan dead. They just say, all right, we're going to walk in. There's so much less spam potential that they have to worry about. G6 are going to be able to capture it up in the meantime, but it is not a 1 mid just quite yet. The Uber actually coming out from froyotech in the face of those soldiers bombing their way, but Logai not having to use whatsoever, and this is looking so much better for G6.
And they are going quick through the choke, knowing the window to get this little bit of ground is very small. And now with all the spam coming out from Sax, Caps going down as well, it's not looking too good. They have to try and milk something more out of this, but they do not have the numbers. And with Marmaloo falling down as well, they're just in a very sad Uber position. Logan trying to find this footing. Not going to be able to make it happen. Logai is surely going to be following next.
Oh my,
but Logan with the wraparound trying to get some attention onto Hubada.
He bombs in.
There's the play. Right onto Hubada, but no, it's a wrap. Jeez.
Oh my,
Benny. The air shot getting taken out by Banny. What is happening?
Oh my god. Wait. Oh my god.
That's what I love to see.
That I apologize for the voice crack if you heard that, but Marmaloo just came in extremely clutch. The thing is, Hubba survived so much damage there. He survived Logan bombing in on him. He survived Soapy Meister bombing in, and he survived basically everyone on G6. And then Marmaloo just comes in extremely clutch at the end there, and that is insane. But Banny is decided to take things into his own hands once again. He has come up on Spy. He's lurking around. He has gotten in onto second, basically unspotted as you would hope for Spy. But now it's really up to G6. Do they recognize that something shifty might be afoot? But he might be in a good position to do this. He decloaks.
He's too slow. He's too slow. Surely.
He might be too slow. Oh, he gets one! Oh my god, he gets Marmaloo there. I don't think he's going to get anyone else, but at least it's not a death and bane. But with Logan going down, suddenly this makes it so much more risky for G6 to do anything, and they are backing the heck up.
Speaking of heck ups, that was the unfortunate decision for Logan to push forward, and then just getting bodied by a couple of explosives, well-timed explosives, and some Habib spam. There's the aggression from Yite again, getting right into the face of Logai, but Logai has demonstrated not afraid to hold it to the dying breath, holding onto that Uber for dear life, and paying it off in dividends.
Yeah, now G6 have an opportunity to maybe try and go for a counter sack. They are at player at just one, and so they're going to be trying to pressure through Valley, maybe open things up for their Soapy Meister getting through Cafe, but they think better of it. They are just going to back up, play it safe. It is still even Uber, so pressure on froyotech to try and do something here. Maybe get Saxophone or Banny in, or maybe do another Valley flank shove, which seemed to work out well last time. Yite being able to get on the bot mode and getting in behind through there, but it seems like they're all posted up over towards Choke, maybe distributing the buffs onto their projectiles so they can do some high trapeze flying shenanigans.
Flying high, we'll see how it goes. Right now, there's the buff, and there's the initiation from Sax. Once again, very quick to get on top of the Demo Man, finds the right target, dumps a lot of damage, but it's not enough. No other follow-up able to make it work. Yite dying very early on in the pilgrimage to the patio. And now, with 2 down, much more opportunity to find an opening. Whether it's in Cafe or Alley, they decide the Valley is the way to go and make their way through. Soapy pulling a little bit of attention through the Cafe, gonna fall for it as a result, but G6 recognizing that they don't have that numbers advantage again, they have to retreat, and that means Froyo finds their opening to flood in through these gates, but Banny taking so much damage finally gets cleaned up by Caps here, but does Froyo still commit?
Ooh. Oh my, that was an opportunity onto Logai. If that hit from Saxophone, oh my days, but Logai being able to dodge correctly is going to be holding on to that Uber. Hubba and Co are backing the heck up. They are at a massive player disadvantage right now, so they really cannot afford to fight middle. Someone has come up on Sniper. It is going to be Banny in the forward spawn, so maybe just trying to make sure G6 don't take any more space than that, and he is going to back spawn back up on the Soldier. So it is once again going to be another stalemate. We see immediate Soldier on Hubba, going to be able to surf to safety. Lucky for him, and this time it's going to be G6 trying to get on the Froyo second.
But that seems to be counterintuitive to what's actually happening. Sax opening up from beneath the tower, getting some attention, waiting for the rest of the team to move pull forward. Froyo going to be taking this mid. In fact, Logan taking a little bit of damage here, trying to throw these players off. Caps getting a nice kill on the Banny. And a bomb from Sax is not going to last very long. That's the opening that we want to see for G6. Now making their way through the Cafe and the Choke to try and catch out these players. Maybe get a forced Uber and then find a much more favorable post-Uber fight. No one's initiating. Soapy Meister getting a little bit of attention. Marmaloo, huge bomb from behind, gets onto Yite. And now, between a rock and a hard place, is Froyo. Habada has to force the Uber. And Habib gets flashed. Gungan gets flashed. It's not going to last for much longer as Logan is blasting these players to the past, and Sax is not gonna last because of the blast from Soapy Meister!
Oh my goodness, it is just chaos everywhere, but G6 definitely getting the better of it. There's only going to be 3 froyotech players up to try and defend their last as G6 try to rush in with bot mode going down. However, I think they are going to play it safe. They may be at risk of losing Logai if someone on froyotech wanted to get aggressive there, but they are going to back up and try and get all their defenses going. 50% disad. So a good opportunity for G6 to take the lead in this game, get a second point on the board. But, you know, for froyotech, they've been able to hold once before at uber disad, so it's not to say that they can't do it again.
I mean, as long as they recognize that when you Uber in, you take space. You don't just dirtle around the entrance, you know? Getting them to go into their last or like inside the respawn is great, but the rest of the players need to funnel through as well. Big damage though. Cap's not going to survive very quickly, but the cap time is actually starting to go underway at least. Soapymeister doing a great job! Oh my! Yes! That's what I love to see! Play the objective!
That was very heads up from Soapymeister. Generally, you don't see the roamer being the one to capture a blast. Maybe that's your flank scout or your pocket scout, but Soapymeister, not even on the pain train. You can't even say it was down to the unexpected ×2 cap. No, he got up onto it while everyone on froyotech was kind of winning the DM fight, but losing the objective fight, and now it's going to be 2-1 for Leica G6. We come in onto the force mid fight, a little bit slower from G6. Logan got caught up there, didn't have the best of rollouts, but probably no matter at all. As it seems like froyotech are going to be rotating over towards the enemy team's cafe, now getting aggressive onto the bell tower. The scouts taking a bit of damage, but it's going to be Habib, the first one to fall as the soldiers on froyotech. They get a bit aggressive. Saxophone jumping in super sky high, isn't going to really land on anyone or get any good damage. Now froyotech are in a rock in a hard place. They're trying to keep Hubdo alive, escape through Valley, but already Logan is on the chase, has the stickies locked down. Oh my, Soapymeister just puts Hubdo into the ground in a very dominant mid win for Leica G6.
Am I dreaming? Yo, what's happening? This is like a complete 180. Froyotech is just not finding their footing, and now the rest of G6 are capitalizing on everything. I'm just gonna say right now, we're not even close to the end of this match, but Soapymeister is the MVP right now, single-handedly winning last round between getting the medic pick, getting the last cap, and now here getting the med pick, getting a follow-up pick onto the scouts, following up on that flank from the aggression. G6 is in full force right now. They're not looking to stop anytime soon.
No, they are not, and they could make it a 3-1 game if they're able to convert here. Just going to be getting everyone nice and buffed up, and they're going to be going in through the right side. Leading it in is going to be Cap's pocket scout. They don't take down the sentry gun until a little bit later, and they all regroup on this left side. Froyotech might have an opportunity if they get onto the point, and they're going to be trying to rush forward. Everyone on G6 trying to collapse in on Froyotech players. It's just a DM fight, a scrap, but that scrap is going to favor G6 if they take their third round.
Oh man, I've just checked the logs, the rules, the thingies, you know.
Oh yeah?
Check this out. When we were picking the maps for this grand finals, Froyotech picked Sunshine.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, so not too good for Froyotech then, if this was their map pick, but we come in on to another mid, and seems like the soldiers getting a lot more aggressive this time. Banny going to be going in through Valley right now, but Saxophone is going to fall, but Gungan, Banny going to be picking to Logan, and Logai is disconnected from everyone else. Can he meet back up with someone? Yes, he is going to be able to meet back up with bot mode, but same thing can be said for Hubda, who's backed all the way up into his last yite, is trying to run back to meet back up with his medic, or maybe just kill Marmalou, who's lurking over on second. Marmalou trying to play his life if possible. Can he get the pack? He denies Yite from getting onto him, and now Marmalou should be able to stay alive here. That is actually criminal, and he is finally going to fall over into Valley, and Leica G6 lose 2 there.
Huh? There's so many frags there that just happened that should not have happened, but at the end of the day, it's another even exchange. A number of people, but the damage is handily in the favor of Froyotech, having that demo man doing a lot of damage, but Soapymeister has that height advantage, which we saw in the previous time this happened, a 3v3 where there was demo and soldier, but the soldier came out on top. Pulled some attention, and now the respawns are up as well. It's looking really good for G6 here to try and catch Froyotech a little frazzled, a little discombobulated, but they are only going to grab 1 frag before having to pull the retreat. They have even Ubers on both sides, but with the numbers disadvantage, Froyotech surely take this mid.
And they are going to muscle their way in. Very aggressive bomb coming in from Saxophone to make the space for his team. As at risk of maybe falling. Caps tried to get that one, but he's going to have to back up. Luckily, Saxophone gets his arrow in time, but same cannot be said for Soapymeister, who falls trying to leave, and Logan might get caught as well, and he is. Nice stickage from Habib, locking him in there. Now without a demo and one less projectile and Soapy being dead, this is going to be an open area for froyotech just to walk in, and now they might be able to get their way in onto second. They have to lock down these forward spawn because Logan and Soapy might get it in time, and with Saxophone going down, G6 might use that to try and repush second.
Oh, Soapy's going to do it. I believe in Soapy. Soapy's pulling so much attention from Habib that the rest of the team is able to pull forward. Gungan falls down to the DM of Caps. There's also going a follow-up collapse onto this cafe. Bomo, bot mode, not afraid, gets the force. Can they save Soapy Meister? No. And now Logai has to link up with someone, anyone. There's no DM class other than Caps trying to make something happen. But now it's Marmalou trying to stop this runaway. Hubba not going to be able to get taken down here. What is just absolutely insane. That's really good body blocking by Sax. The respawning from Logan, and man, Caps is just doing so much work on these DM fights. Just styling on them. It's a stabilize. Against all odds, it's a stabilize.
It is, but G6 are trying to unstabilize things, making their way in through Valley. Caps, however, is the only one who really commits there, and so he is going to be the one who falls, so now like a G6 are going to back up instead. I was going to say it's criminal that Hubba managed to live there, but live he does, so it is going to be even Uber's froyotech still managing to hold on to middle, and with that player advantage, seems like they want to try and pressure G6 just a bit more, making their way in through choke. Saxophone going in for a big bomb through Valley, has an opportunity to land on Logai, hits one rocket, hits kind of another, but it's not going to be enough to get the force or the kill, and that is going to be G6 holding on to second yet again.
It's tense right now. There's only a minute left in this round, and then the win limit will be set to 4 rounds. Froyo has a mountain to climb, if that's going to be the case. And right now with Banny and Yai jumping in and falling to this sack attempt, it's not looking good for them. Might have to just call it in, see what G6 can do though. They have to take the fight to Froyo, and with all that damage being dumpstered into Habib, it's looking very difficult. Soapy Meister does fall down, and the respawns are coming up, but a quick 2 kills on the flank side. Gonna be good for G6 here to secure mid and potentially keep the aggression going.
When we are very, very soon to entering the continuous overtime right now. So, like a G6, trying to make their way in. Bot mode is kind of muscling his way in. Marmalou goes in. Bot mode also goes in. Are they going to be able to get any kills? Bot mode does trade out for Banny, but still going to be player advantage for froyotech. It seems like they want to get aggressive off of that, making their way in through choke right now. Yite leading the charge. A very aggressive bomb coming in from Saxophone, getting onto Bell Tower, just getting his team so much space right now. Soapy Meister kind of lurking in behind, however, as the force comes out from like a G6. Soapy Meister trying to get the counter force out onto Hubba, is going to be able to do so, falls before he's able to escape, and looking a lot better for froyotech right now. Whoa. As they are going to muscle everyone on G6 back to their second.
Okay. Not only is a respawning Marmalou going to deter this, but they've gotten themselves nice and well positioned despite... wow. They just completely left. That's good heads-up play. G6 does not want to be caught, as it were. So they're just going to be setting up nice and cozy on last. Sit with your relatively even Ubers and hope, pray we don't have any craziness coming out. As froyotech has to find an opening. Banny a little overextended, trying to peek these corners. Habib might fall quickly. Logan knows how to punish that. Just a flurry of stickies. That's the opening. The rest of the team comes through. Marmalou quick to the gun, able to take down the enemy demo man. And now there's no way. What a Market Gardener play to take out the medic.
That is so unfortunate right there. If you are Hubba, he does go down to the market guard from Soapy Meister. Only going to be 2 froyotech players still in, going to try and do everything they possibly can. Gungan going to be able to get on the cap, so he does get 1. And now it seems like Saxophone also getting aggressive here. It's only Logan and Logai, so an opportunity to maybe try and get the force. Nice rockets out onto Logai from the Saxophone right there, doing what was needed of him. Gets that force out, staying alive as well, just drawing so many eyes. Finally, bot mode, the respawner is going to be able to clean him up, but because of that play from Saxophone, he guarantees his team an opportunity to hold onto middle, and he even gives them Uber advantage. So if froyotech play this right, this could be an opportunity to get onto second.
Habib's just scoping things out, playing nice and close to the choke, seeing what's up. The Zubers are very marginal, and we've seen this before. many times. This is a tale as old as time. If you're pushing in at 95 and you don't find your way to the medic quickly, that Uber advantage is going to turn into a disaster. And right now, they're doing good. Their building was better. Oh, but Hubada dies to a lock and load from across the patio. What?
That weapon is absolutely, it should be, it's insane what it can do. And when you give it in the hands of someone like Logan, he just makes absolute miracles or nightmares, depending on what side of the battlefield you're on. But because of that, like a G6, have shifted the momentum in their favor. Now they're the ones with the Uber advantage, and they're trying to come in through Cafe here. Saxophone going in for an aggressive bomb to try and force it out, is going to be able to do so. So the Uber has been used from like a G6. Saxophone is going to be able to stay alive in the backlines for just a little bit longer, and no one else on froyotech is going to fall. So now they are going to be able to re-get onto second. G6 didn't even have time to capture it up, and now if froyotech are aggressive enough, they might be able to use their own threat of Uber charge in onto middle. They don't have it just quite yet, but they are going to have advantage. Yite does go down in the backlines, and a Saxophone is still all the way in behind. So if froyotech played this right, this could be a pincer opportunity.
And the attention has fully turned to Sax in the back line, bot mode, and Soapymeister trying to make something happen, but Sax is carefully navigating these health packs.
Oh, Saxophone!
What? I'm watching the forward aggression too. Banny goes down to Caps after getting a little bit of help, taking out Marmalou. It's a 1v1, and the aggression comes into the mid. Hubada is very low on HP, and Caps back in the alley falls down finally. Sax is still behind, still causing a little ruckus. Not going to be able to last for much longer finally, but the respawns were still in the forward. So that means right now, G6, they're ready to contest.
They are going to contest. They get in through choke. Marmalou making a little bit of damage over by Cafe, but with the pigs going up massively in the favor of froyotech, Logan might fall as well. He is going to do so. Lolguy trying to play his life right now, recognizing things. Marmalou has been spotted over by Saw. The last attempt effort from G6 to maybe try and get onto Hubada and get some type of force out. Marmalou is barely going to... No, he dies to the long-range sticky from Habib over by Saw. That is... Shudder, sorry. That is so unfortunate. froyotech, they're just already muscling in on the last.
And this heavy is going to soak up a little bit of damage here. Grab a pick onto Sax, just trying to push forward. And that was enough to stem the bleeding, so to speak. The cap to second is going to go to Froyo. But now, it looks weird. G6 actually taking a lot of aggression in this lobby, trying to hold things down as close to the front as they can. But no, they'll back off now. Just keep it nice and simple. And what do you think is going to be the moment that's going to break this? How does Froyo pushing in right now?
Ooh, well, first things first, they probably got to take down that sentry gun. I would assume that Habib does just that. So speak it into existence. Yeah, maybe, I wish. But now froyotech have an opportunity to try and send a sack. Saxophone, however, goes a little bit too late. That sentry gun already kind of getting rebuilt, and he is going to go down over and lower. So now G6 might have an opportunity to send a counter sack of their own. Soapymeister already making his way in through dungeon, but Habib has got that locked off, so it has to be on to Marmalou or someone else to try and go for something. Actually, Soapymeister is going to be rotating around over to lower, but at this point, froyotech, they got their respawner up, so G6 are just going to be pressuring in lobby and then backing up in due time. And once again, all eyes on froyotech to take down that sentry gun and hopefully have a much better sack than they did last time.
This gun spot is interesting. It's really safe against the right side, so a late fight, an Uber that doesn't get too far in, will make the sentry better. But it is a slightly more vulnerable to spam, depending on how froyotech can operate on the right side here, pushing in. Instead, though, they just got everyone spread out nice and even across the whole lobby. No real openings to speak of, especially with Logan playing it close to the edges here, making sure no one gets that aggression, no one gets that free peek without paying the sticky price.
Yeah, and they are going to be trying to pressure and try and take down that sentry gun over on the right side. But oh my, Logan gets deleted by Banny. Nice air shot from him to take down the demo, but unfortunately for him, 2 other people on his team also fall. So
Soapy?
G6 might have an opportunity. Soapy trying to actually no, that was bot mode on the engineer, trying to do something in through lower. Soapy Meister is in through Valley, might be able to recommit, and he makes some space for his team, but might fall. Banny just collects both soldiers on G6, and that should be the call to get aggressive for froyotech. They're getting in through the right. They they take down the sentry gun. Are they going to be able to get anyone else? They get bot mode, and now the late Uber coming out from Leica G6. A little bit better for them if they can buy time for the respawners. They are going to get both their soldiers, but now froyotech, they do have the player advantage, and they're just mulching everyone on Leica G6. The soldiers come in. They do get some picks, but it's too little, too late. And off of those 2 plays from Banny, I say froyotech wins that round.
Really good. The way that last first went, Banny just getting a nice pick onto Logan, but them losing 3 in the process wouldn't have mattered because of that quick respawn. Banny saving the round as a result. Habib also lightning fast through the choke, doing the little slide, trying to get some early damage here. Meets face to face with Soapy, not going to get the damage that Habib was looking for, but that's okay. I really need to comment on how good G6's combo is at these mids. They play so close and tight to the medic, just like you saw there. Everyone just collapses onto any initiation from any opposing team. And now with Marmalou pulling up a huge rocket and a clean wipe, I think G6 is ready to say lights out to Sunshine.
They definitely are in a very, very good position to do so. G6, like you said, having a very nice and clean mid, and they're just so aggressive following up on any damage. Soapy Meister just barreling in there, getting those picks, and now they are at full Uber advantage. Just going to be waiting for the respawners. Marmalou is making his way over, but seems like they're just going to be making sure to buff everyone up. They've had one kind of failed Uber ad push, but hopefully this one isn't it as they make their way in, forcing everyone on froyotech into the spawn. They're going to be rotating out over onto the right side. Banny is going to go down. froyotech going to be making their way out. They might have an opportunity to defend here. Everyone trying to focus fire down the heavy. He does go down, but it's just going to be a scrappy DM fight. Habib going to be trying to take down Logai with the arrow out to try and take him down instead, but froyotech holding on to their last. Both medics did go down, so it is going to be even Ubers, but very, very much needed from froyotech.
I see this happen all the time in Sunshine. It happens in a lot of maps, frankly. For the last, one soldier just needs to shoot the point so the sticky's clear, and then make sure one person, preferably a scout, is just starting the cap. They have to walk out of spawn to deal with it, and your Logan will clean up anyone who tries to do so. Your soldiers will clean up the closed corners, the small door with all that explosive damage, and it's just not coming together. It's not coming to fruition. And so they just kind of have all their players, oh, the Uber's over, and they're still waiting at the entrance. It's a little weird, but you know, high pressure situation. We can't just say, oh, it's so easy, it's so obvious. No, we got very, very important things happening right now, because right now this match is going slowly back into the hands of froyotech. They're getting aggressive right now, and Hubba pushing forward, but Habib instantly domed by Logan's lock and load. And it's going to be not long before froyotech crumbles. They have so many players split all across the map right now, and Hubba going down means surely G6 rally together will win here.
Yeah, Yite is going to be able to take off Marmalou in Cafe. He does a lot of damage over onto Caps, but the cleanup comes in. Gungan trying to see if he can do anything at all, maybe a salvage, but they're just kind of all falling one by one. A nice pipe from Habib on the Caps. Unfortunate for him that Caps wasn't below 100 HP, otherwise he would have gotten that kill. But froyotech once again on the back foot. It is going to be again Uber advantage for G6, and I know that they failed the last Uber advantage push that they had, but you keep giving these opportunities, Ro, they're eventually going to be able to convert it.
Surely. Here comes the Uber. There it is. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? The scout got 50% of the cap for free, and now Froyo is in a scramble. Habib falls down. Heavy falls down. Lolguy and Logan are trying to come in, commit to this point. Logan very patiently loading the lock and load. Banny trying to split the tension between both sides. It's not going to be able to survive, and that's going to be the round. Look at that complete change in how you cap that last when you do it that way, huh? Huh?
It's almost like they were listening to you.
Yeah. It's I wish. I am offering coaching.
Oh.
Hit me up on Twitter. I am not coaching. I am not qualified.
Hey, let's see. You never know. You were speaking some good words right there, and G6 using them to get that final round on the board. Going to be taking the first map 4-2 on Sunshine, and which is going to be in the favor of which was on froyotech's map pick.
No logs.
Okay. Well, but we are going to be going to metal right now, and that is apparently like a G6's map pick. And from what I know of G6, they are very eager to get to LAN. Play at LAN is probably the best way to play TF2 is, on that nice 5 ping type of dealio. And in their regular season right now for RGL, they've been having a bit of trouble with Metalworks. They had a very, very close game against Global Clan proper on it. It went 4-3, I think. And then they had another game against GCI on it. That was 5-1, a lot better for them on that, but I know they think it's one of their kind of problem maps, or at least a map that they haven't really got the hold of just quite yet, so I think this is an opportunity for them to try and hammer that out. But when you think about this grand finals, this is do or die right now, so they better have a good handle on it, otherwise this could be an opportunity for froyotech to just come back in here, take one more map, and then send us into a third.
Oh? Our next map is not Metalworks.
Whoa!
All good, all good. Oh, man. Well, I was excited for some Metalworks because I'm a fan of the mid. I know Tcmano has some harsh words for Metalwork fans out there, but I mean, if you like non-stop action, Bagel's your next stop.
Yeah, it is your next stop, and I'm sorry for my spiel all about Metalworks because it just was not relevant at all to what was going on here. But I'm more of a non-metal enjoyer personally. But Bagel, really great map. It's probably my favorite actually Koth map. Some people prefer Product. I think Product is great as long as you remove Sniper from the game, but as long as Sniper is in the game, Bagel, in my opinion, is the best King of the Hell map. Every class can do wonders on that map. Soldier can have a really great time. Demo can be super impactful. Scouts are just scouts, so they're great anywhere. And having a really great medic who's able to juke and dodge is going to be helping set up your team into a lot of favorable team fight positions. So, for both of these teams, you look at these rosters and you're like, all right, they got all of those. They got great soldiers, they got great scouts, they got great demos. These are two incredibly stacked rosters. But as we've kind of seen so far, like a G6 appear to just slightly have the edge on froyotech.
I really wish I could know how many deaths Lol Guy had, because frankly, a big part of this entire match, and I mentioned it in our last mid, was the fact that Lol Guy and the rest of G6 play so... It's hard to describe. It's kind of precision when it comes to how close they play to the medic without being like too clumped up and without being like too far away. It's really perfect. That's why precise is the best word for it. And Lol Guy didn't die that often. It was so rare. Juking it, not only at the very beginning like we saw, just completely making fools of these scouts and soldiers trying to make something happen. And I really, really wish we could see what those death stats are, because that was a big factor on top of everything else we've seen. Soapy Meister completely single-handedly having a Habita's number, getting some crazy kills, including that Market Gardener, and also clutching things out between rounds.
Yeah, I mean, it was an incredibly clutch from Soapy Meister so many times. Yeah, same thing for Marmalou as well. The soldiers for G6 just doing wonders. Everyone on G6 just doing wonders. But you can also say the same for froyotech. A lot of their success felt like it came partially because of Habib just doing some, like, it's normal for Habib, but it's crazy for everyone else. It's like a top 10 play of their life for someone else, but for Habib, it's just a normal Wednesday night type of deal. That man is actually insane, but he's one of the best demo man I'd say to ever play the game, probably, and he's showing why this whole series right now. And then also Benny as well in Saxon. They had a lot of good plays as well, being able to get onto maybe not LoL guy as much, but getting onto kind of crucial G6 players and kind of opening things up for their team. But it's going to be very exciting to see how that manifests over on Bagel, actually, because King of the Hill, a lot more quick, a lot more DM heavy than maybe control points are. And when you talk about DM heavy out of all of the King of the Hill maps, Bagel is probably the most, because that point just caps so quickly. You're respawning so quickly. It is just fight after fight after fight.
And that's the other thing that I was kind of leading into, talking about the structure of LoL guy, the combo playing well around their medic. This is the kind of map where that could be the difference between life and death. You have a situation where your scouts are playing close, denying any soldier aggression, making sure that the pressure from Habib is being cautioned, right? The scouts aren't getting too aggressive. As long as you can keep that pressure up, it's going to be very difficult to decide who's going to be getting the advantage in any given fight on Bagel, because a lot of it comes from that initiation, jumping across the point, jumping from behind, getting through the house some way or another. And based on what we've seen so far, I think the combo side of G6 can measure up to anything that froyotech can manifest. But we'll see. I need to get the map. One sec. I've had every version of Bagel installed, and it's just never the right one.
I think they do that intentionally for you. They just look and see what maps you have, make sure it's not one of those. But I 100% agree with you. Especially, it felt like the mids were a lot more in the favor of like a G6 on Sunshine. They were just playing, like you said, a lot more kind of coordinated together, making sure that LoL guy didn't get too disconnected. It happened a couple times, but it wasn't really the common thread throughout that first series of mid fights. But over on Bagel, if froyotech, they get onto the point, it really is going to be who is able to keep hold onto it and make sure those team fights happen while they have control of the point. Because if you do that and you have like a super extended, scrappy team fight, it doesn't even really matter who wins the team fight as long as it was happening while you controlled the point. And so if you can do that, if you can kind of force those extended team fights while you're in control, you might be able to whittle down the time, and suddenly you're already at a 2 minutes off the clock, and it's a much harder ask for a team to kind of hold that perfectly on a map like Bagel, where it just captures up so quickly.
I think the other main thing, there's something about Koth, King of the Hill, where capturing the point, you're trying to get the timer down. As soon as it reaches an overtime, you're on the threat of, if they win this fight and cap, we lose. This map ignores that rule somehow. As soon as someone hits overtime, it is nearly impossible to prevent them from winning. It is just so difficult to hold on to any point. And then as soon as, even if you recap, they're on 0. And it's, like you said, so easy to cap. It makes it very difficult to prevent it, especially because there's this giant Bagel in the center holding off the aggression. It makes it so that scouts can just little tiptoe onto that point, get the cap going, and you have to stand on it, you have to contest it. Leaves opening for other players to jump onto these awnings, initiate from the house, and just keep the pressure off you being able to contest the point. And then before you know it, it's over. On other maps, if we think of like Product, for example, it's just so difficult to it's more common to stop an overtime, finish the cap while it's on 0, and then still win, still able to pull out a win. I've never seen it once. All the time I've watched Bagel, as soon as someone hits 0, they almost always win.
I 100% agree. Like, once you hit that mark, it's just it just goes super quick, and you can just get onto it. But one thing I did want to say is that I feel like your wishes kind of already come true, Hero, because even in that first map, we had so many nice air shots. It was
my favorite was I can't remember. I think it was froyotech defending. Banny, I think, was the one who got the shot. Everyone was collapsing on froyotech around the alley at mid, and it was around the corner air shot from Banny. It was really kind of clean. I need to watch that back, see how if he was fully in view, or just one of those fadeaway shots? You know what I'm saying?
It might have been a fadeaway. I know exactly what you're saying because just then immediately after that, Marmalu just came in super
Yep.
clutch and got on the Hubada. And, that's one of those moments where, you got to be feeling pretty pleased about your air shot, but then it's kind of just all for naught immediately as your medic
Lose
dies
it.
right in front of
You're
you.
just like, no.
I did all this great work, and this is how you reward me. Unfortunate, but an opportunity for froyotech to get back into the swing of things. But it is a little bit hard without having the cold hard stats, the data in front of us. But if you are looking at froyotech, they lost 2-4. It wasn't like they got steamrolled, but they were noticeably worse, I think, than like a G6. Who do you think has to step up from that team, or what element of froyotech do you think needs to step up to really try and take it to them?
I don't feel like anything's really like come short. Every player's showing up, frankly. It's just the best team is winning. You know what I'm saying? The players who are doing their best are eking out that advantage as a result. Logan's been on top of it with these insane pipes, great damage. Soapy Meister completely dominating the skies and getting behind Caps, doing so much 1v1 action. It's really a lot of that on the side of G6. That's the standouts that I'm seeing. Meanwhile, on the side of froyotech, Habib's staying the course, doing what the Demo Man needs to do, putting out damage. Sax doing a great job of getting some depth into those bombs, finding out how to get from behind. Banny also with the absurd DM, a near lifetime of TF2 experience, riding behind every rocket there. And then Yite being the other scout, that's been the standout over Gungan. Both have been doing good, but Yite being the one standing out as well on the side of froyotech. It's a dead even split. I can't say that anyone's falling short. It's everyone's showing up, and it's just slightly edging in favor of G6.
Yeah, that's the best type of TF2 to watch. It's not when one team is performing bad, it's when both teams are performing great. It's just one team is greater than the other, because that's when you get some really insane moments. You know what I mean? My mind always goes back to Blaze. It was like, I think he was against Mentality on a Gully Wash, and Mentality, they had uber advantage. They're making their way in through Big Door. They check all the traps. They're doing everything correctly. But then Blaze, he just skip jumps in and takes down. I think it was May at the time, and it's just one of those moments where Mentality, they did everything correct, but Blaze was just doing things better. As we are going to go live, hopefully we see some more kind of legendary moments like that here in this Fireside Grand Finals. We're here, map 2 on Bagel, like a G6 winning the first map on Sunshine 4-2. Can froyotech respond? Let's find out on this first mid.
I want to see Marmalu. Marmalu's getting the action right now, taking an early heal, getting over to the left side here. The initiation from Caps is just putting up a good front on the point itself. Marmalu has a little bit of freedom here watching this angle. No initiation from either side. They're waiting for the cap to begin. Cap is now available. This timing has started off with Gungan, and Sax falling down means that G6 has to find an opening. Banny jumps in, gets a ton of damage. Lol guy finally falls to the hands of an enemy offense, but that's not going to last for much longer. G6 takes as much ground as they can, trying to get this cap started, but it might not mean much. Bombo taking a stray Iron Bomber could mean disaster. Has to rotate all the way back. Med still not even respawning. Finally up and ready. froyotech now moving forward through this lower ramp. Gonna be able to take this point for free. There's no way, unless
Maybe. I don't think they are going to lose anyone. In fact, Logan is going to go down to the aggressive bomb from Banny Saxophone. The soldiers for froyotech doing work and pushing G6 back into this kind of lobby area. So they are going to have to play all the way back. froyotech have an opportunity to get a type of forward hold on here. And the forward holds on this map are not nearly as dominating as they are in Product. But froyotech are so aggressive right here. They might lose one of their soldiers, but actually they use. This is only worth it if they get in onto Lolgai. He's going to be at massive uber advantage now, and the respawns are so quick that pick on the Marmalu doesn't really delay G6 at all, and now they can try and pressure these doorways, and knowing that they have uber advantage, use that to their advantage to make their way out, and they are going to be able to do so.
Cap's falling down, not looking good. What? Soapy as well? Lol guy just not finding the openings from the previous match. Gonna have to back up here with Logan through the connector, but Sax is there to cause havoc, but not gonna last for much longer. Good defense, the combo playing at Titan Curly, not making sure, or making sure that they don't lose their medic. And the rest while, where is my tongue right now? This is G6 taking control on all angles. The flank is surviving, the combo is pushing and getting these kills. froyotech now with Habib astray, left to die, and everyone else surviving. G6 is looking much better right now, and we're still only in round 1, so this is good. This is the time they need to start, you know, milking that cap time up.
Yeah, that was kind of tricky for Habib because he got Uber, but he didn't have a scout to take it in while, and he could have used it on Habib, but Habib followed, and he might have kind of used it on no one, but now he did hold on to it so he can use it here. They are going to go in, Soldier jumping in very aggressively to just try and get onto Logan. Logan looks like he is going to be able to stay alive, and now G6, they are going to be able to repush this. They don't have Uber just quite yet, but now Lolgai is going to have, so they can use it in if they want to. They're getting in onto the point. They're going to be able to capture it up. They don't lose anyone for it. They actually take down Saxophone. Habib just bombing in, trying to get onto Lolgai. He surfs all the way onto the point, staying alive, but Banny with an amazing bomb is going to be able to get 2 for his troubles. Yite going to be the last one to fall, so it is going to be just G6. They hold on to mid, they hold on to the Uber, but with those kills from froyotech, they're going to be able to force their ways through these doorways a lot easier.
It's coming in from lower. G6 doing a very good job of slowing down Habib's aggression. Habib waiting very patiently for the heals. Finally gets the call. Will G6 find an opening here? It's really just so many, like this low ground thing coming out from froyotech. It feels like it can be punished by a stray Soapy or Marmalou, but they're playing passive, they're playing smart. And now froyotech has found the opening they need to try and move forward. They take out Caps, overextended onto the point, trying to stop this cap time. Banny initiates from the awning, getting some good angles here, gets the force as well. They're going to push forward bot mode, and Soapy going to be able to get that force and pull some players back. G6, though, might not be able to get it all out. In fact, it's all of that and an air shot to boot, taking out the Logan. Med survives, but, I mean, that was quite the aggression, and now time is ticking away. Barely 2 minutes left in this round, if we manage to get to an overtime somehow.
And it could be possible. The silver lining there for G6 is that Banny did crater to his death, so there's going to be one less soldier to try and hold these doorways. Doesn't stop bot mode for taking a ton of damage trying to get his way out. Marmalou going to be jumping forward to make the space, and G6 have managed to break the forward hold up from froyotech. They're getting a lot of cap time onto the point, forcing froyotech to play right close onto it. This is slight Uber advantage for froyotech, so if they take it in aggressively, they might be able to get onto Lolgai. So G6, they do have to play a little bit back because of it. Habib does have now, so they could go if they want to, but G6 just going to play passively, going to be able to get their own Uber. Now it's going to be an even Uber situation. Time in the favor of froyotech right now. They only have 40 seconds left on the clock, and they use the Uber.
And now Banny's also from behind, causing a little bit of havoc on the players that can't meet up with Lolgai. It's bot mode desperately dancing over these rockets, and it's Logan falling to the aggression from Sax. It's just not enough. froyotech completely collapsing and crushing, but that's not enough. Marmalou found the avenue, the lane, to take it straight to the heart of the enemy medic Habib and takes Habib out.
That is going to be Habib taken out. froyotech have an opportunity to maybe try and go for a 4-man of their own, but it seems like they are going to play fairly passively, give it up. Only a few seconds left onto the clock. Saxophone maybe trying to see if he could go for something, but immediately gets denied, so he backs up, and with only 5 seconds left, froyotech basically just needs one more cap, and they have got their first round on the board. But G6, they are going to be at Uber advantage, so if they build this up quick enough, they might be able to do something, especially with Gungan going down. Now froyotech are going to try and all in onto Lolgai. He surfs all the way back, should be able to stay alive, but Habib goes down on the backline, so this is disaster for froyotech. It's only going to be Yite, the last one left alive, and he's going to decide to play his life and back up into the driveway area. Meet back up with the rest of his squad. Only a few seconds left, and this should be the first round on the board for Leica G6.
No way they make the distance. No way. Banny gets a pick. It's so close. Banny was so fast. Oh my goodness. If anyone could have made that, it was Banny, and it was 1 millisecond too short. Literally landing on top of the point with hands in the air from the "you failed" from the announcer. What a push to make it happen, but it was not enough. Froyo now, moving into this next mid, need to make a quick adjustment, because right now they're down a map, they're down a round, they cannot be down here. This is for everything, and now they're pushing forward. Take it away.
They are pushing forward right now, not committing too far. Yite getting very aggressive over in that house with his soldier buddy. Logan is actually kind of going down a little bit weak, but he is going to die to the scattergun shots of Gungan. So now no demo on the field for Leica G6. So much less spam potential available for them. They're still muscling their way forward, and oh my god, he's just muscling in Soapy Meister with some amazing rockets, just coming in, cleaning up Habada and Habib. froyotech trying to get onto Logan if they possibly can. They take down Soapy Meister, the cause of all their troubles, but that's not going to be enough, and Leica G6 take their second mid.
The cleanest of 3Ks. A roamer's dream is to just bomb and see a demo man not knowing you're on the way with the medic alone, and then also grabbing another frag on the way out. Just the perfect outcome in that situation. But now froyotech, they're not going to be just pushed over. As a result, they want to find an opening. They're getting some aggression here. Banny picking up caps on the point. Now with one less scout and just this little trickiness of how this Bagel midpoint plays, where you're kind of on the low side on this uphill battle, moving up to it. It is King of the Hill after all. It's making it a little tough because now the rest of froyotech is trying to collapse. Here's Sax on the jump, gets the force, and is trying to pull back. Yite doing a nice little dance, keeping up alive and well, survives as well. And the counter Uber is ready, taking out low guys, Gun, and pushing forward. There's nothing that G6 can do here, unless...
Marmaloo bombing in. Oh my god! Marmaloo just coming up. Farmaloo, call him that instead, because he is farming right now on Bagel, just doing wonders. But Soapy Meister, Yite, has been able to get just clean house, however, making sure that his presence is known on the field. So it's still going to be froyotech capturing it up. But that's the thing I was saying about these scrappy fights. Sure, froyotech, they won this scrappy fight, but it was G6 who had the point during all of that. So they already got a minute 30, half of the time necessary off the clock.
Now Froyo, ooh, they got so much damage on them. Soapy was able to get a lot of ground here, and now the rest of the team is following up through that driveway, but it's not enough. What is this defense? We're seeing the combo doing so much work, and Sax also on the back line. Just a complete demolishing of all of G6. Froyotech, they're finding their stride. This is the Froyotech I've been familiar with my whole life. This is the first dominance we've seen in tonight's match.
I 100% agree, and it caused Soapy Meister to come up onto Sniper, and I don't think I've seen him on Sniper in a previous G6 match before. Marmaloo trying to make his way forward. Soapy Meister seems like it's going to be an attempted 4-man right here from Leica G6. I don't think they're going to get anyone. No one dies on froyotech. They don't get forced to Uber at all. Caps actually dies, so Lol Guy is going to have to go all the way back to spawn before he gets someone he can build with, and a bot mode up on the Sniper, just trying to see if he can get any shots onto that soldier who was kind of peeking around. It was Banny, but he's going to back up, his head still intact, and like a G6, now they're slowly getting their own Uber. They just got to wait for it right now, and this plays 100% in the favor of froyotech, who is wasting so much time on the clock right now.
Yeah, that is the nature of this King of the Hill. If you are able to get into this position, you're loving it. Froyotech getting a little bit of a forward hold in all general spaces, now have finally pulled back, and that's given the opening that G6 needs to try and take control of this house, get a little bit of crowd control, and make their way to the point to start retaking what they can from Bagel. Right now, it's Caps doing, as the name implies, capping it up. Gungan tries to initiate, and Yite is the one who's going to get the frag onto Logan. You can't be playing too close to either house, because that exactly happens. And now the rest of froyotech is just cleaning up again, keeping these kill streaks alive and well. Yite not afraid. Finally, though, should be afraid of Caps. Gets taken out, loses that kill streak. But the forward hold is, once again, kind of amassed itself over here at the driveway.
Just a little bit. It looks like G6 are trying to get very aggressive here. They take down Banny, and that's going to be a very great opening. They take down Habib, so now there's going to be so much less spam potential for froyotech. They should be able to get down Saxophone, so no projectiles up for them. Gungan is wrapping around, however. He has been spotted by Soapy Meister. He does take down Soapy Meister. That's crazy. He is finally going to fall to Marmalou, and because of that lack of projectile right there from G6, froyotech are just going to walk in right now from the right side. Habib leading with a charge, but that's going to stop Bandy from dying. Logan, very weak. The soldier's bombing in. Marmalou just lands on type of Yite and deletes him from existence now, but Hubada is in a no man's land right now. He is going to have to use just to try and stay alive. Might bomb in Habib to try and get onto Lolgai if possible, but I don't think Lolgai is going to end up using here, and that's going to be a dead Habib. G6 looking in a very, very good position right now.
Oh, okay. I like this sticky spot. It's a little cheeky. It's trying to punish any soldiers. Banny, definitely a soldier. Jumps past it though, not going to make anything of it. Sax does fall down, the other soldier, very crucial pick there, but Logan falls forward as well from all the aggression coming forward, and this cap is so close to going either way right now. Habib jumps from behind, trying to land in the driveway, lands a couple of clean pipes. Just going to trade 1 for 1. Lolgai and a nice arrow keeps Soapy Meister alive. Will Marmalou be able to make something happen here? It's just one soldier against the whole squad. Soapy Meister jumps in. The respawning Logan is back and ready for action. Where are the scouts? Spot mode now just coming up, as well as caps on the respawn. This overtime has just happened, and I've said it before, and we'll see if it's true. The one who gets overtime first wins. Right now, the Uber's coming in and stops Lolgai. G6 is falling apart. They get 1 frag in retaliation, and a lot of damage coming into this house. So Marmalou with the big slide doesn't manage to get any damage, though, and that's going to be enough. It's against all odds.
It might be. They don't have a lot of time onto the point for the overtime, and I think we have seen the first round to break your curse. You can maybe be happy. I don't know, but definitely
it's probably the first
froyotech.
Double overtime I've seen. We'll put it that way.
Fair, but I think that just shows how close these two teams are, making it 1-1 froyotech, responding, getting their first point onto the board. They desperately need it, considering they lost the first map, the second map. If they want to win this grand finals, they have got to win here on Bagel before we go on to the third. But now on the next mid, Logan already taking a little bit of damage, is going to have to back up for some heals. Can't play super aggressive. Soapy Meister kind of getting bullied over in the right house out, so he's going to back up as well. froyotech getting some early pressure onto the point right now, being very aggressive with it. Gungan has a lot of point time, and Banny jumping around to try and collapse onto that scout who is contesting his scout buddy. Doesn't manage to get him down. Caps goes down very weak, but that does buy froyotech enough space to get the first point capture.
Oh, I'm seeing the opening right here and right now. There's the bomb from Sax, goes straight onto the demo man, falls up onto Lolgai, gets the force, very good. Bot mode now going forward, getting the frag onto Habib. Medic gonna be able to get out. Hubada not scared whatsoever. Banny gets face to face with Logan, but the pan is, excuse me, the bottle. Scottish handshake. Able to shake hands with Banny there. Say good night, good night.
That was hilarious. It was very unfortunate for Marmalou. I think he ran out of ammo and he met Banny. It just unfortunately got cleaned up right there. But bot mode is going to be traded out for Gungan. So 1 scout down. Lolgai defending himself with a nice arrow onto Habib. Soapy Meister with just a spoon. So all the melees coming out right now in froyotech. They did have uber advantage, but losing those players. A nice rocket right there from Banny on to Soapy Meister. We are going to see someone follow in, try to clean up on that. Was Saxophone. Doesn't get the kill, and froyotech, they still have uber advantage. They have to go very aggressively with it if they want to make use of it, however, because Lolgai almost has 100%, does have it now, uses the block the point froyotech use in a response, and this is looking a lot better for Leica G6 here. They have whittled down the point in all of this chaos right now. They've got a minute off the clock, and froyotech are not anywhere near close to capturing up this middle.
Okay, I was hoping Marmalou would do some kind of nans there. No, Marmalou's playing safe, secure, calling out, keeping an eye on this sight line, so to speak, to keep the players from over-aggressing onto the point. And so the rest of the G6 squad around the combo can play close, careful, calm. And now Sax has found the opening to get against Marmalou. Will fall down, and now with that down, Habib did go down. What a serve from Lolgai. There's so much action going on right now. Lolgai stays alive. Bot mode is trying to defend against this Sax bomb. It's not going to be enough. Sax surely gets pistol down. No, the escape! the aggression, though, coming out from Yite. The pistol, it's too much.
Oh my goodness, and he is finally going to be cleaned up. Gungan might be at risk of falling. He wants to get on the Caps. He desperately wants this kill. He's going in. He gets it. That is so unfortunate for Caps. He was trying to play his life there, wasn't able to stay alive, and that is going to make it equal player at Caps. Going to have the faster respawn, however, because his team didn't have control of the point. Soapymeister, oh my god, nice air shot on to Banny from Soapymeister, kind of returning the favor from what Banny's been doing to him. Soapymeister again cleaning up both soldiers on froyotech. So now this should be a much easier point to push for like a G6. Habib bombs and trying to see if he can do anything, and he's made miracles before, but today is not one of those days.
Yeah, G6 is too careful around their medic. Logai not having as good a game as last time, has fallen a couple of times whatsoever, but it's overall, like I've said, this team knows how to play around their medic, and it makes it a lot harder for Habib to pull a miracle, just like we saw there. The respawns are up. Banny's trying to initiate through this connector, getting some good damage here, but the soldiers have been extra healthy going into this forward hold, and Sax trying to initiate won't be able to survive for very long at all. It's looking really desperate now for froyotech. 1 minute left on the clock for G6 to take the lead once more.
Yeah, froyotech really in a very, very poor place because, you know, they do have Uber, and they are going to use it. They do get one onto Soapymeister, but I don't think Logai's in any risk of having to use his own Uber, so now they can just regress whenever they feel like. It seems like bot mode and Caps getting already aggressive, but they do lose Marmalou as well, and these are going to be much longer respawners, so they do have to play this a little bit well. They are going to use trying to get in onto Habib, should be able to clean him up. No demo for froyotech right now. Sax is lurking around, is trying to commit in on. He is going to do a lot of damage, and froyotech seems like they might be able to wipe up these remaining G6 players. They get in onto Logai. Can Caps do anything? Trying to defend, recapture the point, actually. And he might be able to do so. No, Banny jumps onto the point to just deny him that opportunity, and that was looking very dicey for froyotech, but they were able to work it into their favor.
Yeah, they didn't go for the cap because they wanted to get those respawns. The respawns now showing up to finish it off. And with only 20 seconds left, froyotech have to commit. They have to go straight to the point, and that leaves them wide open for bot mode, who's now jumped onto the point with no fear into the face of Habib, taking so much damage. But Logan needs to follow up, does get the pipe, able to secure that kill. It's not going to be too long now before froyotech has lost it. Surely, with this overtime, my curse will stay true. No way they lose this, right? Surely?
You would expect. It's looking okay for G6. They do lose a Marmalou over in the house right now, and froyotech are trying to muscle their way in onto the point. Caps fairly weak, is going to have to back up. Logan tries to block the point, but they do back up, and now with bot mode going down, it doesn't really super matter because they have enough time on the point that they're going to be able to get him in as a respawner. They have the faster spawn times now because they did lose control of the point, so it's only one team fight away for G6 to win this third round here, as they're making their way through. Marmalou is going to fall early. Caps is super weak as well. He is going to be able to take down Banny. Very crucial for him to do so, but Logan also falling. However, any trades that come out are going to favor G6 because they do have the faster spawn time, so not all down and out for them. They're super weak. Soapymeister, however, is going to have to immediately back out of that fight, so Logai is to play super passive here. He can't really commit. No one is really there with him now, finally getting the respawners. Caps leads the charge, cross the point. Habib is going to get flashed as Habita uses in response. froyotech trying to delay as long as possible with Saxophone going down. That opens things up really well for like a G6. They have so much time onto the point, but froyotech just muscling their way in, trying to collapse on as much as they possibly can. Can they do it? Marmalou is going to fall on top of the point. It's just a scrappy DM fest right now, bro, but it seems like it's favoring like a G6 for the moment.
There it is, the final nail in the coffin. Gungan goes straight for the low guy, gets it, and falls right away. I was about to pull up some cool facts about how it is possible in that moment when they cap for someone to touch the point faster than the end of the game marker, whatever you want to call it, the program is. And so it is possible to go into an overtime even after they recap. Thankfully it didn't happen. G6, they're in full force. They're ready to take it again. And they're pushing forward with Logan, taking a little bit of aggression here on the right side, pulling up to the point, getting that awning, making sure no one can contest it. And the rest of the players are just playing passive, waiting it up. Marmalou playing this angle perfectly, making sure that Habib also doesn't have that kind of free reign to put some stickies, lay down some damage. No one's moving forward. G6 is very passive right now, but there's the opening they needed. The flank pushes together as a unit. 1-for-1, Banny for Bomo, and that's going to be not enough for G6 to capitalize on, but Soapymeister not afraid to get into the fight, pushing forward with Caps, getting so much attention on this point, but it's not enough. It's too much to keep track of. Marmalou's just playing so safe, so secure for the team, and it's not going to work out in G6's favor. They do got the cap, though. It's just the ebb and flow of this point. It's how it goes. I'm losing a thread of what's happening on this mid-fight. It's still going on. This is Bagel.
Oh yeah, this is just pure Bagel right here. No one super committing. They're just kind of playing the pressure game, this game. But we are going to see some committing right here from froyotech. It's going to be Banny leading, but Charge jumping in with the counter Uber being used from Leica G6. No one dying, no one going in behind based off of that Yite. Getting a little bit aggressive. Soapymeister is going to try and follow in. It seems like now froyotech have finally got the handle of things. They do get two crucial picks, but they lose Habib. So do you take that trade? Seems like froyotech have done so. They do capture up the point. Someone is in behind. It is going to be Banny, maybe trying to go for some type of pincer play. Just launches Marmalou into the air. Marmalou living there is actually absurd. And now Logan is going to go down. Soapymeister has an opportunity to get in onto Hubba. Can he find the rocket? He finds one onto Yite. He got one there, but not the one that he probably would have wanted. So froyotech, they have control of the point. They were able to hold it in all of that scrappy fight, but it is going to be still uber advantage for them as well.
Significant enough advantage. We haven't really seen that 4-man come out from G6 that you might be accustomed to on a King of the Hill map. This one definitely doesn't lend itself to a 4-man sack as well as others may have. It's more of a just, let's just fight. Let's just take the point. Look at that. G6? Yeah, let's just take the point. It's just the way it works. And Soapy not going to be able to survive after a crazy flight through the air. Marmalou also getting a little bit low, waiting desperately for an arrow. No heals coming out on either of the players that low guy wants, and gets flanked by a Yite. Will get taken out, at least avenged by Marmalou. Logan gonna go for one last ditch effort. It's scary, especially with so many players flanking from behind. One little consolation prize, taking sacks out of the picture. But will it be enough for the rest of the respawns to contest?
It seems like G6 are just going to try and go in here regardless. They recognize that Logan has a kind of a faster spawn time, and they can pressure even without a demo. We are going to see Banny jump around, does a lot of damage on the caps. He has to back up. Yite trying to do the same thing, flanking. This time Soapymeister says not today, or at least not this particular time, because Yite's already done it a few times. Going to be killing him, and now G6 have an opportunity to get aggressive across the point, but instead froyotech are going to be using their uber advantage that they had. They only get one for it. They take down Logan yet again. I think that's been a kind of a respawn, die, and respawn kind of situation for him there. But G6 have, oh my god, Habib onto Soapymeister, just launches him into the sky, unfortunately for him. But oh my god, again on the other side of the map is getting onto low guy. Hubba dies as well, and all that chaos. Now Gungan versus Caps. Who is the better pocket scout? Gungan goes over to get the pack, and he is going to be taken down by Logan. So that 1v1 has been kind of tampered with just a little bit. But
the integrity of the 1v1 has been maintained. Logan is just, you know, there for the vibes.
Oh, yeah.
It's the jury's out on how that 1v1 would have gone. Meanwhile, we're seeing this counter-aggression from froyotech. They finished the cap off, but it's not going to last longer because G6 is now collapsing onto the enemy squad. Habib and Gungan go down. Caps goes down, which is good.
Bot mode.
Oh, but what is this play from bot mode? Pulling so many players all the way back. The respawn timer, what is... Okay, they were waiting for sacks. They were nervous about sacks. They're also nervous about the respawn timer for some reason. Letting this time elapse much longer than it probably needed to. And Soapymeister pulling so much attention. Froyo has gone from completely out of the picture to now contesting the point. This could have been their cap 20 seconds ago. And now it's looking like it's going to become an overtime.
See, and they are going to use, they get in onto Logan. Logai is going to fall as well. Banny with an amazing directs right there. Soapymeister in behind, trying to come in for the recollapse, but Marmalou is going to do the exact same thing. Comes in into this kind of bounce pad area. Isn't going to be able to find the kills just quite yet, but now bot mode comes in. Hubba still staying alive. He's managed to survive for so much. The soldier Soapymeister not going to be able to find onto him, but Marmalou on top of the point, just now trying to capture it up. He's at 3 hit points. He is going to capture it up with the help of Caps. Now still staying alive.
Easy.
Oh my, Habib gonna be able to take him down. Caps does get the point, but what I was gonna say there is when you don't capture up the point because you're worried about extending your respawners' respawn time, sometimes the enemy team can use that to their advantage, muscles their way in, and just keep picking you off one by one and just delay that cup even longer. And with Logan going down, froyotech just instantly in. Logai dying again. Yite is just on fire this game right now. We have Soapymeister trying to get in through the backlines, is going to be able to take down, but they don't get onto the point. And that's going to be 2-2. froyotech looking so much better right there. And a lot of it, I think, is due to Yite and Banny just getting in onto Logai so many times.
These fights are crazy. These caps are crazy. A big part of that was just there was more than 30 seconds grabbed for free because they were just worried about the respawn timer, it felt like. And now going to this next mid, G6 evened up. They're not out of the woods. They're not scared, but they need to be cautious because right now they can end things. Marmalou going down early is not great. They don't have that sight line that Marmalou provides from the house. So players like Gungan are able to just take full control and run around this point. Logan kind of left to his own devices and have to back off and retreat while the rest of the aggression coming out from Banny pulled so many players behind. In fact, I think that got Lolgai. Was it Banny who got that KO?
It was Yite who got in, but Banny did a lot of work there. He disconnected, but Marmalou coming in, trying to do the same thing. Marmalou coming up huge once again, getting in onto Hubada. Amazing rockets from that man, desperately needed for his team as well there. And now froyotech, they have a lot of time onto the point, but they're not going to capture it up because they want to get Hubada back up onto the field before they do so. Don't want to delay him any more than necessary. But froyotech, they lost the mid. They have to try and make their way in onto the point, and G6 maybe an opportunity for them to get aggressive once again on the Hubada.
Cap is very close to being finished up. Totally fine. This is the ebb and flow of Bagel. Cap does go off, but now the aggression is ready and willing. Soapymeister also in a great position to go right on top of Habib, get some crazy damage, and now there's no more fear of that. But the rest of the team is following up. The scouts, Gungan and Yite, pushed forward, fought back a little bit, but now Yite falls to the hand of Logan, the Devilman who reigns supreme on this point, able to look left and right and find out where the next source of damage is going to go to. And that works really well when you don't have to worry about Habib, who's only just now respawned.
They have just now respawned, and that is going to be Marmalou jumping all the way back to safety as froyotech make their way out of lobby. Is going to be even Ubers, and question is who uses first? It's going to be froyotech. Banny jumping in, leading the charge, and now G6 with the response. No one going down, no one getting in behind for the moment, so basically a zero-sum game for each of these teams. froyotech still trying to pressure the point. Yite getting onto it, getting a little bit of cap time. G6 responding. A nice pick onto Habib is going to send froyotech all the way back. They don't have a demo. So much less spam potential. Now Banny goes down. You already see Hubada getting the heck out of the Yite pick on the bot mode. Trying to get it onto the Lolgai. Does a little bit of damage, but not able to find the kill. And really great stuff from Leica G6 there, holding the point and already less than half the time necessary off the clock.
Habib trying to find the opening, knowing the pressure of this clock bearing down on the rest of froyotech. They need to find their opening. They opt to go through the driveway. Logan rotates, gets some good damage in, but Banny not going to go for a jump, just going to slowly waddle forward and put the pressure on with some nice rockets at the feet. Logan overextended, not going to be able to survive that aggression coming out from the scouts. And now a desperate plea by Marmalou. Won't be able to find much more than a rocket, but there's the follow-up. Hubada has to force in the face of the fearsome Caps. It's just now finishing up the rest of this Uber. Not going to be able to survive this, surely not. Lolgai gets bodied into a corner, and one last effort will be the end of G6's attempt, but it's good. 30 seconds left on the clock. That is more than enough time to just win one or two fights, get the ground onto mid, do that little tiptoe onto that point, and then secure potentially a win here.
Yeah, it is so difficult to hold this point for the amount of time necessary for froyotech, and like you said, only 30 seconds for Leica G6, not a lot of airtime for froyotech to work with, but you are going to see Leica G6 muscling their way in. Saxophone gets traded out for Marmalou. Habib almost goes down there, but he's going to take down Soapy Meister instead. Logan with a nice pipe onto Gunkin, but that's going to be the 4-man right there from Leica G6. You are going to see Banny take down bot mode, and that is going to be almost a full wipe. Lucky little guy staying nice and alive there, and they didn't really have anyone to build with. Everyone on G6 just kind of going in, so they're not going to have Uber just quite yet, but now they're going to try and make their way out of their own lobby and try and do something here to get some time onto the point.
Good aggression, able to get the ground they needed, but both soldiers being low on HP, and Soapy Meister desperately trying to find an opening through this house, the uphill battle, so to speak. And bot mode as well trying to go up, gonna get caught out here by Banny surely, and the explosives are just too strong. That is unfortunate, and now G6 has to reconsider what they want to do here. They've got a nice secure combo here on this patio, paying close on Sax, who's now gonna get caught out, surely caught out, yep. Won't be able to survive that one. So now the frags are going evenly, which serves to favor the aggressors. And right now with the Uber getting popped from Froyo, calls for a counter Uber from G6, who's now flashed generously to all the opponents, all the players who are now contesting this point. Gonna finish this off very closely now. Gungan, though, on top of the point, makes sure to not let it go into the hands of it. Finally does manage to swing back into the hands of G6. This is really tense. The moment that we're looking for right now here is who's going to initiate. Sax goes onto the awning, takes a ton of attention, just barely gets around the bend, but there's Marmalou waiting to hold that off, and no way it works out in their favor. This is G6's win. They're pushing forward with the aggression and locking out the escape plan.
Oh yeah, the escape plan for froyotech, unfortunately right now, is to just fall one by one. They do have a lot of time onto the point, so maybe an opportunity for someone to get there. If Banny did that same jump that he did last round, he would have definitely made it, but unfortunately not in the same position. So that is going to be the third round for like a G6. One more, and they walk away as the winners of this Fireside Cup. But froyotech, they need to get 2 in quick succession to take us to a third map if they want a chance, a sniff at that 750 prize pool. And they, we know they've got it in them. They've already taken 2 rounds off of G6. 2 more shouldn't be that much of a problem, but G6 have been playing very, very good tonight overall, and froyotech have got to be on their A game, their S game, actually, if they want to walk away as the victors. But we're going to see on this next mid-fight.
It's a patient game right now in this mid. Gungan and Caps know they are the ones who need to get onto this point. The damage is coming out much better from froyotech, but Yite falls down in the back line. But that's the flank coming out from Saxon. Banny going straight to low guy, gets some good damage onto the soldier. Trades with Soapy at the very least, and Logan, disconnected from the heals, will not be able to survive a 1v1 against Gungan. But bot mode and squad are not to be trifled with. They can just walk forward and collapse onto these players. No way does Hubba hold on to this. No way does Hubba hold on to this.
What? How does Hubba still hold on to that? Uber still didn't use, and all of that, I thought for sure Hubba was going to let loose. It was looking so dicey there, but balls of steel from Hubba. Props where props are due. That is an incredible milk, because it was not looking like that was a sure exit for him, but again, be able to make that exit, meet back up with the team, and froyotech still have 100% to try and muscle their way in onto the point, but Soapy Meister in behind is going to get caught out by Yite. Actually trades out with Yite somehow, some way, so still does favor froyotech because they do have the quicker respawn time. Saxophone trading out with Marmalou over in the house, so once again favoring froyotech. G6 used their Uber a lot earlier. froyotech haven't used at all. Hubba playing nice and secure right now. Someone coming in, bot mode trying to get it onto the medic, is going to force out that Uber. Massive play from bot mode, doing what Yite has done to his own medic so many times in this match so far. So froyotech use their Uber, they get control of the point, but like a G6, they might have to back up. Low guy might be at risk of falling to the rockets. If so one of them connects, it's actually going to be Yite taking him down, and when it was looking maybe okay for G6, froyotech just aggress immediately and just put themselves in a much better position. Yite is going to fall very late into this, but still really great aggressive play from froyotech.
Now things are shaping up. froyotech back in the driver's seat. Managed to even up this timer on the clock and keep a lot of their players alive with no demo man to worry about. They don't have to really work that hard to defend the point. The demo man provides the most damage when you're trying to work around these corners, around the center point, the raise, the elevated point. And so overall, it's very difficult to do that. G6 now has to kind of give up a little bit of space here. They lose caps. Logan has just now showed up, but is showing up kind of alone, and as a result just gets 3-tapped by Yite, just doing a little drive-by. And it's not going to be able to last much longer for G6. They have to fully retreat, and that's not good.
No, it is not good. Soapymeister might be at risk of falling as well, and he is going to do so. And they do have quick respawn times, but all that does is just delay the opportunity for G6 to try it and get back out onto the point. A lot of it has kind of been Logan dying in unfortunate scenarios, maybe just being a little bit too far from the rest of his team. But now G6 are just muscling their way in. Caps is going to lead the Uber charge. Everyone on G6 flooding through, but Marmalou going to be taken down. Unfortunate unflash for him right there. Soapymeister trying to get in behind is going to draw a few players back, might buy enough space for G6 to make their way back out of lobby. Soapymeister still alive right now, is going to eventually go down, but Saxophone is doing the same thing. He's in behind, has an opportunity to get in onto Logai. Logai spots him actually, and that's insane. He gets in, he gets on the caps. Logai is going to go down. Saxophone going to be able to take him down. Hubada nice and alive, very secure for him. Saxophone is maybe at risk of falling. Marmalou trying to get him down, but Gungan is going to be able to take that one. So really great play from froyotech. They get in onto Logai, they keep their own medic alive, and they've wasted so much time off the point row.
I mean, that was just so goofy. Sax just, oops, almost getting caught out, and then instantly getting a 2-shot onto the scout, the wary scout. Meanwhile, here's the important thing. froyotech have gotten so much cap time, but they didn't get it all the way to overtime. So this is G6's opportunity to turn the tides. They're going to lose 2 players quickly, though, on the aggression right there. Habib might get caught out here. Does have a reasonable amount of health to work with here. The aggression is not enough from G6 to push Habib into the respawn timer. And now, with all of that said, froyotech have their Uber, but Logai is not far behind. The aggression comes in quickly. That bomb from Banny. And Gungan also getting some nice forward aggression here. Sax also in the tight corner here. It's tough to say what's going to happen as this Uber is exchanging onto the point here. It's Logan getting caught out, and that's not going to be good enough. With no demo man, this is all but Froyo's to win.
It is, and they're just doing such a great job at cleaning house right here. Oh, they do get onto Gungan. Nice last rocket from Soapymeister there. Might be enough to get G6 an opportunity to get onto the point, but Saxophone is so close. They're just trying to deny them from getting onto the point at all, and that is going to be the 3rd round for froyotech. 3-3 tie game. The next person to win the round either wins the whole thing, bro, or takes us to a map 3. I thought it was Snakewater. It might not even be Snakewater, but it is going to be some type of map 3, which would be so exciting if we get there. But that all depends on froyotech. They looked a lot better in that last round, but a G6 could respond right here on this last minute.
I know what's going to do this. It's Banny. Quick to aggress onto this back line, and Sax was following up on that damage perfectly. Banny also cutting off this final escape route with one last rocket to trade 1-for-1. It's a full wipe with plenty of health on the medic. Hubada surviving crisply. Is that a word, crisply?
I think it is. And if it isn't, we're going to add that to the dictionary right now. But regardless, it was a very crisply won mid for froyotech. They did get it. They have 100% Uber charge to use when they so do so. A lot of damage being taken for the G6 players over on the flank. We see Soapymeister in behind, draws a lot of eyes behind, which is okay, but his team do get control of the point. But now froyotech do have maybe the opportunity to just let loose some type of Uber if they want to. They take down bot mode. They might not even have to use this Uber if they don't want to. Seems like they want to try and go in through house, but the flank from like a G6 getting a little bit aggressive. Their caps can be able to take down too, but froyotech still not in control of the point. They haven't used their Uber just quite yet, and if they wait any, oh my god, just aerial combat right now from so many players onto the point. froyotech do can control the point, but it has bought enough time for Logai to basically get his own Uber at 90% right now, so it is essentially an even Uber game.
Even Uber is the best case scenario. It could have been a little better with a little bit of the aggression we saw inside of the house. Could have potentially got the force from Hubada, but Hubada knows better. Gonna be taking the aggression now into the face of Logai. Pops the Uber quickly, survives. Caps also shredded instantly after not being flashed long enough, and that's not gonna be good. The bombs are coming in though. Soapymeister opens, doesn't find the frags, the damage that was necessary. Bot mode will pick up Banny, but not be able to survive for much longer. Just dancing around these players does fall to the hands of the DM masters on the side of froyotech, who are now also holding off this aggression coming from the lower play. They're going in. They need to start getting this cap time, and they're taking the ground that they can, but caps going down could spell disaster for that attempt.
And that was a really great pipe from Habib to just instantly take caps down, and then the scouts followed up on a really great focus fight from froyotech there. But G6, they still do have the faster respawner, so they are going to be at risk of Uber. A play from froyotech here. Logai trying to escape. Is he going to be able to get out? So many players on froyotech. Hot on his heels. Not going to be able to do so. And that is going to be a medic down for like a G6. Everyone on froyotech basically in the G6 spawn right now. Marmaloo, nice rocket onto Hubada, desperately needed for his squad right there. Everyone on froyotech committing so far forward to get in onto Logai that they lose their own medic a lot later. So Logai is going to have a fairly significant Uber advantage because he had the faster respawner and he died first. So G6, a good opportunity to finally get into this round, which is much needed. Only 35 seconds left onto the point for froyotech. Oh my saxophone!
What a collapse. Oh my goodness, that was a really good coordinated bomb, but even more impressive was the coordinated explosives from Soapymeister and crew. Just a complete bloodbath of bodies, and really good direct rockets punishing those bombers.
Oh, and
Is that a crits?
We do have some Kritzkrieg on the field. It is going to be Logai recognizing that Hubada has a massive Uber advantage, so trying to nullify things just a little bit. If this comes into play, we could see a highlight reel, but it all just depends on how aggressive froyotech take. Do they use this Uber almost immediately to try and get onto Logai? Soapymeister at risk of falling in this house area is going to go down. First pick for froyotech. It seems like they want to just play this passive, not have to use the Uber if they don't need to, and that might play into G6's hands because that allows them to get this Kritzkrieg a lot quicker than froyotech would probably assume. They do get control of the point. Now, it's going to be G6 who have to be aggressive with the crits here. They do have it. It's all going to be all up onto Logan, maybe, if they try and do for it. Oh, and he gets on the Hubada. Amazing stickies from Logan. He gets on the Habib as well. Can froyotech respond? They're not going to be able to. And this excellent play. Oh my god, the rockets coming out from everyone on like a G6. They're just melting house, but Logan still goes down. Marmaloo is going to go down as well. And still, G6 in the nick of time are going to be able to get on to Hubada. Excellent play from G6.
Every single explosive class hit an air shot there. A direct pipe, a direct rocket. It was beautiful. And what's weird about this cap is it didn't hit overtime. So there is more than a split second available for the players to recap it if froyotech managed to get, a little bit of that tiptoe we're talking about, trying to cap this off. The aggression is coming out from Sax, getting some good forward momentum. Does fall down, but the pipes are too strong from Habib. And with that, it's surely a cap. Cap's doing a good job of making sure Habib dies for the war crimes of hitting all those pipes. But Banny and Gungan are quick to take it back to this point and finish this off. There's no way one scout can do it all. Marmaloo jumps up, manages to stop it for just a split second, and there it is. Wow. froyotech against the entire time they were down a round, if I'm not mistaken. And there it was, the full comeback. That is the mark of a good team. To take the what went wrong before and find out what to do to make things right. And they made things right.
That is absolute insanity right there. Yeah, I mean, you would have assumed after that amazing Kritzkrieg play from G6 that they were going to be able to walk away. But no, froyotech, they came back. It was 3-2, and they won the 2 rounds needed back to back. And they what an explosive 2 rounds that they were. I mean, Koth is always fun to watch, but that game in particular was amazing. I mean, you got 2 top teams just going at it. everyone just working wonders out there. And froyotech going to be able to be the ones walking away, sending us into a map 3. It is a fairly late, for us. But, and, that's a thing. A lot of these guys, they've been playing for a while, so they're used to it. But after you played, I mean, froyotech have already played a match earlier today. So this is going to be their 4th game of TF2. And sure, maybe you have some scrims that go on, they go deep into the night. Maybe you have some pugs that go deep into the night, type of thing. You have those all-nighter type of things, but it's a lot different mental strain versus playing, 5 pugs back to back where you're just kind of having fun with your friends versus playing, 4 matches for froyotech where everything is on the line. So it is maybe some mental strain. Obviously, these guys have been doing it for a while. Banny has been doing it forever. But still, once we get into this 3rd map, you really got to start looking at these players and, making sure that they have the DM, but do they still have the mental? Do they still have, that confidence, that awareness to keep on going super late into this best of 3?
I think they do. I think that is the kind of thing that rallies your team. You pull back that win. It's not even so much of we worked hard for that win. It was we demonstrably won. And that's the kind of mental that sets you into focus and sets you up for a potential win here. But it's Snakewater. Can you guess who picked Snakewater?
I'm gonna guess like G Tech.
You're wrong. It's just the default map that's left over because of the ban process.
I see. My bad.
Caught. No.
I did get caught. Well, who had the last ban? Can you tell me that?
Oh yeah. Let me pull that up while you talk to the people.
Because in a way they kind of picked it, but I mean, listen, it is incredibly exciting from all of these teams. It is a 1-1 in terms of the maps. froyotech versus like a G6 on the Fireside Cup Grand Finals. We do apologize for taking a bit of time to get it to you folks, but we got it now, and what an amazing series it has been. Shoutouts to our sponsors for helping make this all possible. And everyone on the Fireside crew for putting in a lot of time and effort for getting everything set up as well. Shoutouts to the players for playing in addition to all of that. But, it's just kind of amazing. And, we haven't really talked about it, Ro. What makes this Fireside Cup special? It's the fact that there is only one off class allowed at a time. So if we haven't really seen it too much on Bagel because, you don't see a lot of off classes on Bagel. You see a lot of off classes on Products. You see a fair few on Clear Cut, but not too much on Bagel. Kind of why I like that map. But on Snakewater, especially on Snakewater last, you'll see an engineer, you'll see a heavy, you'll see a sniper, you'll see sometimes a spy. But these teams are only limited to one off class. So that means that they have to choose it wisely and maybe a little bit more opportunities for counterplay shenanigans. But these teams have been playing so good regardless that you just know that they're going to counter-adapt and then counter-adapt anyway. So excited to see what we have in store for us on Snakewater.
Before we move on to Snakewater, got to give a shout out to Fireside. Like you were saying, if you, the viewer, love what we do, if you like watching TF2, there is so much you can get from a Fireside membership. You get some sweet, uncut Fireside content, special videos, early access. You also see a lot of what we do here through the production things that we have behind the scenes, as well as special membership privileges on the channel, VIP badge, and whatnot. Fireside, if you watch Fireside enough, if you like what you see on here, all of your support through a membership will support the producers, the casters, and help us to do what we do best. And that is provide the content that you enjoy out of TF2. So consider it today. Fireside memberships. You can see it on the link inside of the chat and whatnot. Appreciate y'all. Much love. Even just showing up and hanging out is enough. But if you want to see even more and do more to support the TF2 that we love, this is one way to show it. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We can get into this match once we get all these players readied up. I was going to say something after you'd finished your whole spiel. I had to throw that in there. Some love for the Fireside that you reminded me about. It was right there. I was looking at it the moment I saw it, and I was like, yeah, this is important. And now I've forgotten it.
Well, you can insert that that meme was if it's important. If I
If it's
forgot it, was
important,
it
you'd
really
remember
important?
it.
Yeah. As I forget the meme that I'm talking about, but look, I'm sure it will come to you in due time. We will. You'll be able to recollect it shortly, but on Snakewater, one thing I'd always look for is kind of the soldiers. So we've been kind of seeing a bit more passive play from a lot of the teams. A hesitancy to be the aggressors on this middle. Generally on Snakewater, you'll see the aggressive soldier double bomb. That's kind of the staple of this map, I'd say. It's got a very unique mid. It's just straight back and forth. There's no rotation shenanigans like you have on Sunshine or Process or Metalworks or even Gullywash sometimes if you want to be very creative with it. It's just straight back and forth type of thing. You're just looking at the other team, they're looking at you, and you just gotta get aggressive at the right time. And we've been seeing a lot more passive play out of I think top level invite teams, a reluctancy to be the aggressors. I've been kind of seeing that with global clans, even I think like a G6 as well. And so I'm going to be interested to see if froyotech kind of follow that trend, or if Banny and Saxophone are just going to let it rip every single mid, go in all the way as deep as possible, and try and get onto Lil Guy. Because I think a big factor for froyotech in that last game against Leica G6 was Yite and Banny just being able to get onto Lil Guy so many times. That's kind of Lil Guy's staple, right? He is able to stay alive time in, time out. But and that map, it was looking, he was not being protected, or he was just in bad positions. I don't know which one it was, but if you're G6, you got to be making note of that.
I think the Lil Guy we saw in map 1 will come out during this one, because having that team coordination, having a little bit more openness, right? Being able to the way Bagel works is there's always going to be someone getting behind very quickly and cutting off that. In these kinds of maps where it's more or less very linear, it's very hard to get flanked, and as a result, you can play much closer to your medic and make sure that that doesn't happen again. I do think we'll be seeing more of that map 1 Lil Guy this time compared to last map. I remember the thing. G6 was in control of the picks. The last ban they made was Metalworks, which kind of a wrong pick if you're gonna ask me, but I know how you feel. Either way, Snakewater being the default map as a result of that Metalworks ban, you're kind of right. It is they're just choosing the last map as a result.
Yeah, they kind of are a little bit, but we are going to be going live imminently. This is going to be the last map of the Fireside Cup Grand Finals. froyotech winning on Bagel, like a G6 winning on Sunshine. Who wins out on Snakewater? Well, we're going to find out right now, and whoever walks away as the winner is going to be winning 750 big ones, and also the much coveted bragging rights as we go live on the first mid. Logan going to be spamming some stickers around. Banny, very aggressive, almost immediately onto Logan, trying to get some early spam damage off onto him. Bot mode taking control of the high ground on top of the point for the moment. Just going to be trying to spam down as much as possible, and we are going to see a kind of a very passive play from both teams. I was talking about it. No one kind of eager to go for that aggressive double soldier sack that we've kind of seen in seasons past right now, and they're almost getting Uber. Banny, however, is going to be going in. Lil Guy is going to use in the nick of time because it took so long. He had Uber to stay alive there. Bot mode and caps the scout from like a G6 just cleaning up house right now. It's going to be up to Gunkin to try and do the same. Banny lurking in behind right now, has an opportunity to maybe get in onto Lil Guy, get some nice rockets onto Lil Guy. He surfs up onto the high ground. Is he going to be able to stay alive? He is going to do so, and because of that really clutch surf from Lil Guy, he is going to be able to stay alive and, like a G6, win the mid. But someone's chasing onto Hubada. Unfortunately for Soapy Meister, didn't really get the right doorway, and he is just going to rocket jump out to safety. But still, like a G6, good first mid for them.
I was going to say, the best case scenario of chasing down a medic is staying alive. So in that regard, Soapy Meister doing an excellent job. Put the pressure onto Hubada and was able to survive as a result. Sax couldn't quite get the 1v1 inside that lower ramp, but now with that huge Uber advantage, I'm looking at G6 to sort of set the tone here. potentially close out this win. Soapmeister, though, falling in front of the shutter, not ideal. They had the Uber advantage, but Snakewater is notorious for being quite the... I said this before, the pilgrimage from the shutter entrance all the way to any part of last. It's not going to work out in their favor if they have numbers disadvantage. So they will have to wait, regrettably, from just that Soapmeister falling.
Yeah, it is going to buy, time for froyotech to get all their defenses set up. And we are going to have bot mode up onto the sniper and an engineer up for froyotech. Gunkin rocking the man down from Tejas for the moment. Going to be setting up that sentry gun. But now all eyes are going to be on bot mode to try and see where he peeks from, if he's going to be able to get the shot. He's going over towards the shutter door, but as his scout buddy dies right before his eyes, that's going to be a call for everyone to back the heck up immediately. froyotech getting aggressive in lower. It was Yite and Saxophone trying to see if they can make their way in, but G6 recognizing that immediately. But oh my god, Soapmeister just in onto Saxophone, cleans him up. Now with a player advantage, maybe bot mode can get a little bit more aggressive with these peaks.
And this position is looking... Oh my goodness, no way. Bot mode does meet the opposition, that is the sentry gun. Keeping an eye on that little fence opening there. Would have been quite the play to just see a medic standing still against the wall, which is very common. Very common positioning when you have this sentry gun set up like this. The medic will want to play, close to the edge, making sure no spy shenanigans or whatnot. But as a result, bot mode did have to contend with that sentry, but still isn't deterred whatsoever. He's gonna try and get a shot here. I admire the cojones, but with Habib going down, that's that could be big.
Oh my god, Saxophone is going to be... Oh my, Saxophone just coming up so huge right now. So many G6 players have been falling. Logan might fall as well, trying to escape through Cheese, is going to be able to sticky jump to safety. And everyone else on G6... Oh, bot mode onto Habib from the window. The sniper coming in huge right now, and that's going to be a dead demo. They still capture up their second and force G6 back just a little bit, but no demo means that no sticky traps that G6 have to worry about. They're going to be making their way into the lower. Saxophone going in for a fadeaway bomb, gets one nice early rocket in on to Lolga, and now the aggressive Uber going to be coming out from Gunkin, kind of forcing everyone on G6 all the way back through lower right now. Marmalou being down means that froyotech have player advantage. Seems like they want to get aggressive with this row.
Oh no, but Hanny, he's got the high ground, but isn't going to be able to survive for much longer. There's the aggression that we need to see from Froyo to get this ground, but the Soapmeister finds a way. Does manage to get a little bit of damage, but won't be able to survive for much longer. And Logai also going to have to crumble here. Marmalou, desperate to jump through the window, pull something together, pull a rabbit out of a hat, will instead fall to a wipe. And that is froyotech taking the lead in a decisive manner.
It's going to be pretty decisive, pretty good for froyotech. Just making Habib right there, making sure that no one got creative, getting out of the forward spawns, and froyotech taking it almost coast to coast right there, immediately getting in onto G6's last, and they are going to have Uber advantage, so an opportunity for them to get the first round on the board for this final map. Marmalou trying to stuff the doorways, but they're already through. Hubada leading the charge right now. They haven't used just quite yet. They're getting in very deep with this Uber. Now Bandy going to be jumping around the point, just forcing everyone on G6 back into the spawn. No cap time just quite yet. Marmalou going to be the first one to fall, and now the late game heavy coming out, doing a lot of damage. Going to be able to block the point, but they get there too late. And froyotech being able to capture up the first round on the board, taking the lead in this final map, bro.
It's looking good. froyotech riding the coattails of victory. Just before, you mentioned this already, just before this match, they had played a game on Snakewater and pulled a decisive not a decisive victory, but a clutch victory, if you will, against the enemy team. So they've had their experience, and it's showing up now in this new map, the final map of this grand finals. Marmalou and Soapmeister, the soldiers on G6, are just playing passive. I want to see an opening. The timing is right. Banny tries to peek a little bit.
Yite! Oh my god, Yeah, he just runs across the point, no fear at all. Botmo tries to do the same, but does not have nearly as much success, unfortunately, for him. And now, like a G6, going to be down 2 players. Crucially, Logan going to be down, so that means there's going to be no doorway stickied or trapped whatsoever. I mean, froyotech can just walk in for free, and free they do so. They are happy to buy that one out, and so G6, once again, going to be back on their last. But, you know, fortunately for them, they are going to have Uber, so they don't have to worry about froyotech almost immediately getting in. Bandy tries to make some plays over through lower, is going to go down, and now Saxophone and Yite also going to be committing, so this might be 3 down for froyotech, but they get onto Logan yet again, and he's been falling so many times in these past few games, Ro.
It's really unconventional. It's not common for top demos to just be caught just a little bit like this. Might be a little bit of a disconnect between combo and demo as a result. We'll see what unfolds at this push. Habib wants to get around the bend while the Logan advantage is up, but it won't last for long. Yite falls on the escape route as well, meaning that with this Logan respawn, it could be an opportunity. G6 finding their way through the lobby, potentially clearing out the lower. Soapymeister gets up and close and personal to Sax on 2 HP, will survive miraculously while getting the frag onto Soapymeister. It's not looking good.
It is not looking good. That is so lucky for Saxon that he managed to live there. And froyotech managing to spam down the sentry gun, meaning that someone can try and go in, not have to worry about the auto aim of the turret, deleting them from the sky. We are going to see a soldier go in, gets 1 rocket in onto Logai. Logai is going to have to use because Yite was also right there. That's going to be 3 down for froyotech. Can everyone else survive? Oh my god, Hoboda is so weak, is going to have to use as well. And this is a much worse Uber for froyotech. They lost everyone, and now they don't even have the Uber charge to help them retake second. They're just going to have to go all the way back onto mid, where they are going to meet their respawners. A really great aggression from G6 there.
Ooh, things are looking up for G6, but even with Banny down, that doesn't stop froyotech from pushing forward, getting Sax really in deep. They lose Logan again, but this is more of a well-placed bomb, and it actually might overextend froyotech. Thinking they have the advantage, they are caught. And the respawning Banny is only enough to just dissuade too much aggression. Banny also going to be pulling behind, just jumping around like a madman, grabbing some health packs, and keeping the attention on behind the threat of a soldier bombing, especially on Snakewater, where there's so many ins and outs a soldier can navigate with ease. Finally does manage to get taken out here in the lower half of the main mid. It's not looking good, though, because with caps, trying to get that cap, gonna fall down to the hands of the soldiers. The respawns were too strong, and froyotech are now in a position, but ooh, Gungan taking some nasty direct damage. Not gonna be able to surf away from that death. Even Ubers.
Yeah, it is going to be even Ubers. Banny, like you said, doing a really great job to stay alive there. Gungan trying to get onto Logan. He knew that Logan was kind of weak there, but fortunately for Logan this time, he did have his team to support and was able to take down that pesky scout. Now, just going to wait for Gungan to respawn before froyotech try and get aggressive here, as they are the ones in control of mid. So the onus is technically on them to try and do something, even though it is even for the moment, sorry. And now all eyes going to be probably on Saxophone or maybe Banny to try and initiate some type of play for the rest of the squad. Seems like they're rotating over towards lower, maybe try and get some pressure there, allowing Saxophone to get in through Saw, and he's kind of looking to try and get in through window, kind of thinking about it. No one has executed just quite yet. Soapymeister getting a little bit aggressive over towards Saw, peeking it, but Caps just runs in, takes down Gungan, and now this is the call for G6 to get aggressive of their own.
Yeah, the aggression is headed by Soapymeister. Got on top of the point, but didn't grab much more than damage. And with no one else to follow up closely, especially with the nature of pushing into mid, just not the opportunity G6 could capitalize on. But there it is. That's an opportunity. Yite falling to the hands of some spam across the way, across the Saw. Sax tried to opt for a play lower and had to back up. Meanwhile, the rest of G6 weren't able to really get anywhere else outside of Saw. They're finally dispersing themselves into the positions that would allow them to maybe poke into mid. But obviously with these respawns and these numbers, it's just not happening. G6 locking it in again, playing the tight defense that they need to in order to find an opening that is much more favorable than what this has been presented.
Hobita going down, taking a little bit of spam damage there. Has to play a bit passive, but oh my, Logan, oh my, surf to safety, but not enough safety as he is going to go down regardless. Saxophone with the bomb to take him down. Yite going to die over by Soft. froyotech making their way in through yard. They get the force out from like a G6. Hobita not having to use just quite yet. Marmalou is in the backlines. Soapy waiting for an arrow. Now they're going to bomb in onto Hobita. He does have to use because of both of the soldiers, and both of them might get out. Soapy Meister isn't going to, but he does get the trade out onto Saxophone. Seems like G6 maybe want to try and fight this. They do have a few players to do so, and seems like they're all over in lobby. Now they have Logan back with them. Botmo just running forward, takes a lot of damage. Gonna have to wait for the heals to get up with him. Marmalou making some space, jumping around, fading away back onto the point, but Yite lurking in behind. Seems like he wants to try and go for the back cap right now. He's going for it. And no, actually no, he's maybe recognizing that G6 are kind of backing up and he's just causing chaos, but Gungan is doing so much more than that. He's getting so many picks right now, bro.
Gungan just showing why gun is in the name. And now Froyo has just completely taken through the shutter, started a cap of their own, but Caps and bot mode have the pistols to combat this, but it's not enough. Froyotech, another clean cap. More than anything, it was just the great plays of the scouts and good positioning, and what's the sense of opportunity of Froyotech, seeing the opening down the lobby, out the shutter, and to the point.
Yeah, really great stuff from Froyotech there. Just not putting on the brakes whatsoever, and not giving G6 any room to breathe there, and going to be able to take their second round as we come in onto the third mid, and maybe a little bit of backs up against a wall for G6. We weren't saying that after the map on Sunshine, but now down in the final map, they got to be starting to think of something. How can they adapt to what Froyotech's been doing so far? And seems like Marmalou bombing in is going to be that adaptation. Soapy Meister going to be able to get in onto Hobita. Really great adaptation right now, but now can they keep Lol Guy alive? He surfed all the way over into Kitchen. Froyotech trying to get aggressive, get in onto him. He's backed out all the way into lower. He takes a bit of spam. He goes down fairly weak, but no one is in position to try and capitalize off of that. So that should be an alive Hobita. Yeah, they did lose control of the point, but with this uber advantage, they should be able to muscle their way in almost immediately, and they are going to do so.
Yes, this is enough. The cap did go into the hands of Froyotech, but it won't last for long. Especially, oh no, but Sax onto Low Guy. Low Guy not giving an inch at 14.6 HP.
He's so weak.
Takes a straight pistol bullet and is not phased one iota. That is the kind of medic that will win you this game. That is a moment we will return to later, folks. But right now, Froyotech, Hobita on the respawn at 50%, was able to keep up. But potentially, with how quickly this is going, bot mode finishing up the second cap already, this could be theirs to win. Hobita nowhere near enough Uber if they make this push right here, right now. They're rotating, they're not deciding quickly enough. 80%, they've got the pick advantage, they need to move now.
They do have to go, but Banny forces Hobita. Very aggressive play from him, gets that use out, and now that buys enough time to get their own Uber for Froyotech. They need to get a lot of kills here to buy time for the respawners. Yite going to be able to get in onto bot mode. Marmalou might also fall to Yite onto the point. So much cap time right now for like a G6. He's so weak right now. Logan just waiting for an arrow. He's not going to get it. Yite going to be able to clean up that one, and Yite doing so much work for his team right now. You might have another scout falling. It might be Caps over and lower, but no, he takes on Banny. Really good stuff from Caps right there, but still Froyotech with a nice, well-held last. Caps has an opportunity to go for a back cap, isn't going to commit off of it. He does get spotted there, and Froyotech slowly making their way in onto second. Soapy Meister trying to do everything, but Marmalou coming up super huge, going to be able to get in onto Gungan, and Yite, that's going to be both scouts down for Froyotech. They got to get back to last, and G6 are going to be the ones aggressing now.
It's all coming together. Sax tried to make it to the respawn, didn't get there in time. The damage is so big, Banny is not going to be able to survive it. And G6, they say, no, you will not be taking the lead here. We have a stake in this match, and we will try our best to win, Snake. G6 now sitting on a 1-2 disadvantage, only down one round. Plenty of time left. We're only halfway through the map timer. And more than anything, this mid will decide the pace of who's going to win.
I 100% agree. We saw G6 get aggressive, which we didn't see the past few mids, and it led to their victory. We'll see if they're going to try and do something again All eyes on Marmalou and Soapy Meister to go for some type of aggressive bomb. Just going to be playing passive for the moment. Getting it buffed up is going to be Soapy Meister. Maybe that might be the call to try and do something, but no, both soldiers on all teams just going to be playing around. But now Soapy Meister going in for the high bomb with Marmalou, trying to get in onto, oh my god, a surf onto high heaven, and just collapse from froyotech. That did not work out at all for like a G6. Everyone dying. Bot mode going to be the next one to fall. Can Soapy Meister get out? He's trying to escape through lower, maybe just try and get some type of trade, but I don't think it's going to be long for this. Whoa, my god, he gets on the yite with the spoon. Now that does send froyotech back because they don't have their flank scout to capture up middle, and that might buy enough time for G6 to get some type of defenses on the second. Soapy Meister still staying alive, and without that kill onto Yite, this for sure should have been a mid to last for froyotech, but he's still alive. He's still a threat to froyotech. They are going to capture up mid. They have spotted him, but Lolgai goes down again.
What is this? Sax with a really good sacrifice play. Will be able to grab that frag. Yite not able to win the 1v1 against Soapy Meister, who has really impressed me this round, just doing so much work. Playing in the backline is not going to be enough, though, but there it is. Hubada goes down to Marmalou on the front end, and with a nice collapse onto Habib, I'm pretty sure that this Soapy Meister will finally collapse, bring the support that is needed. No, finally doing a ton of damage over the course of that life, and might be enough for this combo to just start and take this mid.
Yeah, and Saxophone, he goes down trying to get on top of Height, and that is going to be G6, like you said, retaking control of this mid. They are going to be at slight Uber advantage round about, let's call it 20% for them. So definitely doable, but they have to be quick here. Banny, very far forward, is going to have to back up as G6 start the pressure through lower right now. Still going to be a player advantage for them. Saxophone just now respawning, hasn't quite made it to his team, so some space for G6 to work with. Banny trying to get aggressive over on the saw, does a lot of damage to Soapy Meister, has to bully him back, and now bot mode is going to go down because of it. Soapy Meister abandoning him to try and play his life, but because of it, Yite is in the backlines trying to collapse on these players over in kitchen. He's going to go down, but froyotech so aggressive right now, forced out the Uber from like a G6. No one else at risk of falling, and now froyotech have been able to manufacture an Uber advantage scenario. Can they get in onto mid with it? All depends on how they take this push in through. Looks like they're going lower. They're a little bit split here, but no, they're going to be taking it in through saw.
The saw is the way. Trying to make a play is froyotech. They need to clear the way. They finally find it. They get the Uber straight through. Soapy Meister falls down. Try to slow things down. The Uber force is significant enough here, and they did manage to push all the way. Oh, Habib almost getting taken out by the trap stickies, cutting off the escape. And now froyotech will get this mid. They do deny the forward spawn as well, but the Uber advantage is firmly in the hand of Lolgai. And if, and this is a big if they can find their way through the same way that froyotech just managed, this could be their mids to take and potentially find a crucial frag. Right now the escape route seems to be in that lower kitchen. They used right away, so G6 managed to get all the way through, and there is not a sight to be seen. froyotech is completely gone, except for one.
There is one. It is Banny, the leader of the team, has not been spotted. I'm not quite sure how he hasn't been spotted, but he's going to be jumping around behind an opportunity to maybe get in onto Lolgai. Yite going to be collapsing in with the help of the squad. Habib is going to be able to get onto Soapy Meister, but it's not looking too good for froyotech. Bobo going to be able to get in onto Hubada. Really great aggression from him. And now G6, they just have to keep Lolgai alive, and this could be a round on the board for them, making their way in through kitchen onto the point. Lolgai just trying to play as safe as possible. Habib and Gungan are the only two that they have to worry about on this mid fight. Gungan is going to be able to take down Logan. That might slow G6 down just a little bit, but now with Gungan going down, that is going to be G6 solidly in control of middle. They have a very big Uber advantage, and they're going to be making their way in. Oh my god, a nice air shot onto Banny right now, and he is going to die over and lower, but that's not going to stop Yite from getting aggressive onto Lolgai. Takes him down very weak, but he doesn't use at all, and that is going to be G6. They have player ad, they have Uber advantage. This should be a round on the board for them. Oh god! Oh!
This Uber goes straight through to last, finds Habib, but Habib is still healthy and surfing like a champ. The cap time as well is working out. What was that? That is the strangest Uber into last that didn't really amount to anything. And it all came off the cusp of victory. I'm a little lost for words. But overall, that's got to be the Froyo difference.
Yeah, the Froyo difference. Some say it's plot armor. Some say it's just the Banny factor. Whatever it is, froyotech just barely winning out from the clutches of defeat, and Hubada managing to juke Marmlu as well to make sure that they hold on to this opportunity of victory just a little bit longer. Banny is going to go down, but Caps might fall because of it. No, he is going to be able to get out through lower, but froyotech are so aggressive right here. They are just on the charge, immediately getting in through lower right now, just trying to chase all of these G6 players out as far as they possibly can. Silkmeister going to be hiding over in Saw. No one has spotted him just quite yet, and this is an opportunity for him to try and maybe recollapse onto froyotech. Marmlu in the forward spawn.
Ooh. Getting a little bit of the attention, and Yite might have spotted it, worried a little bit about someone from behind. Soapy has been unaccounted for, somehow hid from Banny, hiding behind the planks. This is the opening. This is the moment. He's going to take the Banny frag. It's a consolation prize, so to speak. Gungan was chasing down. Got a frag. Yite also got a little aggressive. There's the initiation from Soapymeister. Not going to get much more than a damage on an already buffed class. So unfortunately, nothing amounts from that, but that's okay. We're still in a stable position. We're holding on to last. We've got our gun up. We've got our Uber. There's only 7 minutes left. And oh my goodness, is this gonna... No, surely not.
It is a opportunity for froyotech. They tried to peek over by that door, but they couldn't do so. Habib, going down fairly weak, is going to have to wait for some heals to be distributed his way before they can start peeking again. And now froyotech, they have to figure out how they want to try and play this. The engineer is up for like a G6, so they have to deal with that auto aim from the sentry gun before they can really go for any type of a sophisticated attack play. Trying to do it through drop down. They do take it down a little bit, but bot mode is just right there, whacking it with his wrench to bring it back up to full health. And froyotech have got to figure out something different, because just a couple of spam rockets not going to be enough to take down that sentry.
Whew, moment to breathe.
Oh yeah.
But it's looking like drop down is the play. They keep sending up soldiers and scouts, just getting them in position, trying to spam potentially the gun, I'm guessing. Finding an opening. Sax calling for the buff. Banny also getting ready. It's the moment that we've been waiting for. The double spam takes it away. That's what we'd like to see. The coordination, the game sense of the rocket sight lines. Hubada takes a ton of damage, though. As a result, had to surf all the way to the bottom. Soapymeister got cut out, going aggressive there. There's no way. Logan gets the drop. He knew it. He had the lock and load.
Oh my god, Logan just deleted Hubada with those pipes, and now G6 have an opportunity to push out of last. Everyone on froyotech so far back, but now Saxophone going for a bomb over for Bats. He is going to fade away to try and play his life instead, maybe set up on middle, and that's going to be G6 successfully pushing it out onto second. They still have this Uber advantage, and they can try and work it on to middle. If they play this right row, they could almost take it to froyotech's last.
This mid is looking open. They don't want to have to use if they can afford to. They've got some good aggression, but the scout goes down. Caps just trying to make something happen. Wasn't connected to the heal beam long enough. The force also came out, and the aggression is mounting on both sides. Yite in a 1v1 against bot mode wins it, but will trade with Marmlu on the back lines, and the Uber advantage is now back into the hands of Hubada, but it won't last for long. The explosive classes are opting to go back. They don't want to go into 1v1. The height advantage is a big part of how you can defend mid, especially with the respawn advantage. Really good decision by G6 to just say, hey, slow it down, bring it back. We're going to be at an Uber disadvantage. We got to try and survive. And survive they shall.
Yeah, unfortunately, Saxophone doesn't survive, and he's going to be taken down. But that doesn't stop them from using the Uber. They might get a couple over and lower. They get low guy. Habib just coming in so clutch right there. He serves as a sticky all the way into low guy's face. There is one person in the back lines. It is going to be bot mode. His name of the game is just to draw as many eyes as possible to buy time for his respawns to help defend last. But froyotech, they're getting aggressive. Seems like maybe they just want to go forward, and now bot mode is going to get caught out over by Saw. He's not going to be able to trade out anyone, and froyotech, they are going to have player ad. They also do have Uber advantage. Seems like they're just going to wait, take that Uber advantage, build it up, and try and convert that into another round on the board.
The biggest reason that froyotech hasn't quite taken them enough aggression, I mean, they're opting for it now. They're taking lobby, they're getting healed up, they're at 95%, but with the time so close to ending, 3 minutes on the clock, they could have opted for a wait, a stall, and try and maybe get a win that way. But instead, they're going to try and say, no, we're going to take a 2-round advantage and collapse on y'all with our huge Uber advantage and potentially take this to the end of the grand finals. And the aggression is just enough. There's just no way G6 can defend against this. There's so much damage coming out, but it's not enough because the pressure on the point is what matters. 3-1, froyotech with 3 minutes to go. G6, what do they need, Tcmano? What do they need?
It all starts with the mids. You know, a wise man once said, and they for G6, they need a good mid. To start things off. You know, they've had a couple that they've technically won, like they kept Lol Guy alive while killing Hubada, so they were able to repush in, but they just need a good, clean, solid mid. Kill Hubada, get control of the point, but froyotech have been kind of winning on them as bot mode is going to be opening things up. Nice pick onto Yite, but the soldiers from froyotech getting aggressive, going to be able to trade that one back out, so 1-for-1 Saxophone. He's going to have to wait for an arrow. Bandy going to go down. Soapy Meister very aggressive onto Habib, going to be able to take him down. Soapy does go down, however, and it's just going to be only Hubada left alive in this mid I was talking about. They get the point, they get onto Hubada, they don't get the air shot, but you know, you can't have everything in life.
Did get the direct rocket. We got to get some respect on
That's
there.
True, that's true.
That was a on the log medic. Notorious if you've ever been in a deathmatch server, trying to hit a scout, jumping left and right on those things can be hell on earth, but Marmalou hits those.
He does hit those, and doing really well. All of G6 to get that as we're very close to continuous overtime, so it's looking like it's going to be a 4-something game, and going into that only a round down, a lot better than being 2 rounds down, and they got an opportunity to get that second round onto the board. Going to be just healing everyone up. They got big old Uber and they want to try and take this in. Just going to be distributing all the buffs, make sure everyone's nice and healthy. And seems like Logan's kind of peeking over on this left side, going to be taking it in. They take down the sentry gun, don't have to worry about that. They use in super duper late caps running across the point to try and collect all these froyotech players that they possibly can. They get one onto Bandy. Saxophone might be at risk of falling as well. Is going to be able to stay alive and get back into the respawn, and now we have to see, but G6 collapse onto all these froyotech players, but instead they're just going to stand on the point. Saxophone gets out of it in the nick of time, and that's going to be everyone on G6 dying. They didn't kill the people, they didn't get onto the point, and because of that, froyotech hold once again.
The soldiers are just not committed. They're waiting for the Uber to finish before they do anything, and sometimes they wait too long. Part of the appeal of having pressure on the point and locking out the enemy team is that they have only one way to get out. And if the soldiers can collapse with a coordinated bomb or just gets a little bit of higher ground, they can stuff any of the players trying to come out to contest the point. And they just aren't doing that. They're just waiting. They're waiting for an opportunity to just keep the DM going and win via DM instead of playing around that objective and getting the free funneled players into the position they want. Here's that bot mode, playing inside the forward spawn, going desperate. Might even get the shot onto Habib, I believe, honestly. It's not going to last for too long, though. Sax and Soapy going to trade 1-for-1, and this lobby hold might not last as long as they would hope. The Uber is squarely in the hands of G6, but Habada not far behind. It's going to be all or nothing right now. G6 knows they have to take the driver's seat.
They do have to take the driver's seat, and they are going to make their way in onto the point. They get in through lower for very cleanly. Yite trying to run in behind to try and go for some, but Habib gets in onto Caps. A very aggressive bomb coming out from Saxophone. Now the counter Uber has been used from froyotech onto G6. They're trying to muscle out Lolga. He doesn't get in through the door, and now he's going to be at risk of falling. He does. Can they keep Hubada alive? Everyone on G6 recognize that they have to get on him if they want some type of chance at staying in this round, but instead they're going to kill everyone else on froyotech. Hubada is the last one up. He's making his way over to Yite, and it's probably the best case, the second best case scenario for G6 there. They probably would have loved to get onto Hubada, but if they can't do that, might as well just kill everyone else, and because of it, it's not going to be nearly as big of Uber ad for froyotech. Still going to be Uber advantage, but they have to go quick with it if they want to make use of it.
Quick they shall be. Building is going smoothly. They're starting to poke as well because they know G6 is a little scared can't play that far aggressive. So as a result, this is really just all theirs to take, but that's all to their advantage. Bot mode was the reason for playing so far behind. They wanted to try and grab someone, a stray head, to take out. Bot mode could not find it, and we'll have to back off. The Uber is quick and straight through the lobby. This cap is all they need to win right now, and it's going to be all or nothing. The flashed Uber is going to spread all around. G6 not going to be trifled with here. They are going to grab a couple of key picks, but they need to grab Yite here and start making their way forward with the heals and grab these players. Sax getting into position. Might go for some play. No, just playing nice and gentle. Not going to be going in crazy. Oh, the trap. Able to grab bot mode in the lower. Froyo now will hold on to this because the respawns will be returning any moment. And so G6 sits tight, but very, very tense right now.
It is extremely tense if you are like a G6 because your backs are quite literally up against the wall. There's nowhere else for them to escape into. A saxophone bombs in, trying to get in onto Logan. Does a lot of damage. Logan surfing to safety is going to be taken down by Yite. Running in. We have bot mode up on the heavy, making sure that no one else falls there. And that's going to be 3 down for froyotech. G6 could try and do something if they want to. Soapy's thinking about it, but it's so perilous when you're at your last and you're in this position. But oh my god, Logai takes so much damage there. He doesn't use, but he's in such a precarious position right here. He has to back up. He meets back up with his team. Saxophone bombing in. Oh, the Soapy Meister. Nice air shot from him. And the Uber coming out from both teams on top of the point right now, just blocking it. Habib gonna be taken down. Nice pick from Caps right there, and that should secure the point right now for like a G6. Hubada is going to be able to stay alive right there, and now they do have player ad. There's no demo for them to worry any sticky traps about, so they're going to be muscling their way in on to mid imminently.
Banny just a little bit over, tries to make something happen, and Ubada going to go down to Logan. The Logai surf is just too much for Sax to contend with, and now it's looking much better for G6 to pull things around. Even a defense on the back cap is effortless for them. A full wipe might grab one respawn wave, which, yeah, they're going to have to opt to go back. Banny, though, not going to be too afraid to make something happen here. Yep, gets called out. Will not be able to make anything happen. Back spawns handily. All right, Logai, 80%. Rounds they need to win, 3. G6, this is where we start. Takeoff starts now. Will they take flight?
Will they take flight like a G6? Questions that we will hopefully know the answer to as they come in with the Uber. Logan takes flight like a G6, flying in there for 1. Going to be bombing over to the other side of things. Bandy going to be the first one to fall. A lot of early cap time onto the point for like a G6. Great opening round, and now they do have player advantage as well, and that's just going to be enough. They capture up the second point for like a G6, making it a 3-2 game. Still on the back foot. froyotech only need 1 more round before they win it all, but G6 not too far behind them. And this is where you can start to build a little bit of momentum. You know, we have seen teams kind of beat these types of advantage scenarios. You know, they have the round advantages, and it just kind of slips away from them. Will G6 be able to do something similar, or are froyotech going to get their heads in the game? We're going to have to find out on this next mid.
Habib taking some early damage from Logan means that somehow, some way, the aggression can finally happen in the hands of G6. Ooh. What a pause. What a pause.
Interesting. So.
No. We are not reading into this, folks.
I'm not going to read into this. The only thing I'm going to say is that this pause happens 90 seconds in the future, which would just let us know that the game doesn't end 90 seconds in the future. I think that is a fair, very safe analysis. It doesn't say who wins, who loses. But as we look on this mid, one thing that I have noticed is that Logai has decided to opt to roll out through Catwalk on this mid instead of going out through through the main saw door. So maybe a little bit paranoid about the soldiers bombing in. Banny and Saxophone, they haven't been kind of the initiators. Well, they have been the initiators of the aggression, but they haven't been going right away. They've been kind of waiting a couple seconds into the mid, letting things kind of solidify, and then going for it, and been finding some good success for that. So good to see Logai adapting getting out through the catwalk, a little bit more protected by his team. You see, you got bot mode up there on the high ground. You got Caps over there as well. There's just so much more defenses that those soldiers have to work through if they want an opportunity. Again, low guys, we do see things on pause right now, and it is going to be Banny taking some high ground control.
Logan keeping the hammer up and raised, trying to put some damage onto Banny here, who has to back off. This positioning is not looking good overall for froyotech. They're so split, and Soapymeister, who slipped from behind, was able to grab 2 clean, quick kills. And Hubada and Banny are on the retreat. Banny waiting very patiently and carefully, meets head-to-head with Caps, will trade evenly. It's probably overall fine. We'll see, though. Hubada not able to build Uber during this entire moment. Will it amount to anything on this last hold? Or no, it already has Uber. HUD being broken does that. It's okay.
No worries at all as we see Marmaloo bomb in very aggressively to try and get in, but Saxophone is going to go down. He actually managed to take down Habib as well. Really great stuff from bot mode, and now that puts froyotech massively on the back foot. They're 3 down. Sure, they have Uber, but they're at risk of getting it forced out as everyone on G6 comes in. They lose Gungan as well. There's going to be a solo onto Banny. He's got to do everything right now to buy time, and the Uber immediately comes out from like a G6. It's only going to be the 2 soldiers from froyotech to buy time. And they're doing it as much as they possibly can, just trying to jump around. We have the soldier on the point. It's just going to be, who's it? Soapymeister. Sorry, Marmaloo caps it up. And that is going to be where the pause happened. G6 with a lightning quick round. And now the pressure is on froyotech. They were up 3-1. It's now 3-3. And this is where you really start to feel the pressure if you're both teams.
Honestly, momentum is the greatest thing that is driving the winner of this game, and I think we're seeing that now in the hands of G6. This last mid could decide it all. Going into it now. Very careful and aggressive play from Banny, going right to the medic. They need to make sure that they do something different here. They don't want to get caught, but they lose 2 soldiers, and the aggression has been kind of backfired. They lose their positioning. They do have the heal advantage, naturally, but the numbers, the damaging is not there. So they're just going to have to wait very carefully, very patiently for this Uber to get ready and start working their way through. But will a back cap shenanigan amount to anything?
Marmaloo is lower, trying to see if he can get some good rockets. Maybe trying to see if he could go for a back cap. And now he's going to bomb up, trying to get in onto Gungan, who's kind of leading the charge, making the space for the team right now. As a Marmaloo trying to get in through kitchen right now, meets Saxophone as the Uber comes out from froyotech, leading it across the point. It's going to be Habib. They find one on the bot mode, probably going to find another on the Marmaloo as he's late. He gets onto Habib, however. How does that happen? And now this might be an opportunity for G6 to try something. They are still down player advantage for the moment, and Logai doesn't have just quite yet. Soapy is going to be able to take down Bandy. Great stuff there as froyotech muscle their way in. He's still alive. How is Soapymeister still alive? And now he's an opportunity to cause even more havoc in the backline, set up a pincer play as G6 get their Uber, and they're muscling their way in on to middle right now.
They have to back up. Froyo is so scared of Soapymeister. Finally, Bandy does manage to get that pick, and Sax is going to go very far forward. The Uber has been forced as a result. They need to try and get it in, find the medic. They will not be able to make it happen, though. They only grab Sax as a result. They need to find a footing right now. Caps going in very deep, pulling a lot of players back, but no explosive classes to punish fully here. Marmaloo goes high and dry. Not going to be able to make it happen. And with this push, surely froyotech find how to make this win happen. Logan doing the best that he can to hold these players back. They didn't want to commit. froyotech knew they didn't have the numbers advantage. They pull back. Very wise decision here. It may grab enough time for Logai to rebuild this Uber. Needs to start getting into the back lines so that they can have the Uber to re-aggress the moment this Uber ends. froyotech knows they have to forfeit this Uber advantage. Unreal. Unreal, the defensive. I feel like this is more the mental of this is the last round than anything else. The decision to stay back despite the significant Uber advantage.
Yeah, what also helped was bot mode threatening the back cap there. He went back and it made the decision in some ways easier for froyotech. Like, should we fight this? Oh, there's someone going for a back cap. Well, let's go back. You know, so kind of they made that one a bit more clear cut. But what is not clear cut is who is going to win this. Is it still even Ubers right now? All eyes on the soldiers from like a G6. Marmalu making his way in. Unfortunately for him, not going to be able to catch the arrow to stay alive there. So that's going to be a player advantage for froyotech. Maybe they can try and do something of their own, some of their own soldiers, and they are going to do so. That's going to be Saxophone getting in behind right now. They have spotted him just a little bit, so they do know that there's someone lurking behind the Yite, and a little bit of risk at falling if he's not too careful. But now the bomb comes in from Saxophone, not going to find, I don't think, any damage on to Lolguy. Going to be able to stay nice and alive there. Now it's going to be player advantage for G6 to do something similar.
Oh, the grass is green, and it's time to push. They do see the players are split all the way on the right side. Banny alone on the left, guarding Saw alone. Marmalu tries to go for a bomb, get some initiation, get some ground here. This is really sketchy. Everyone is so dispersed evenly. And there goes Soapy Meister going quick onto Hubada. Gets the force. Okay, right now, G6, they're finding their opening. Right now, though, Sax and Banny have managed to come behind, but Habib gets bottled. Sax gets bombed, and it's not looking good. Hubada needs to back off away from the scouts who went lower and took a rocket. This is everything. Oh, but Banny, very low HP, getting a little bit of pressure here. With Hubada down, though, this could be the end. Banny with a huge save. One last rocket, and it's unreal. Banny was like half HP after grabbing the health pack after the lower pick and wrapped all the way through Saw to make a 4K and save the round. That is one of the best players in the game, saving the round for froyotech from the jaws of defeat.
Oh yeah, that was, if he doesn't get that kill there, froyotech 100% lose the grand finals. But because he did, they have an opportunity to try and go forward. Logan, however, is going to take down Banny. Marmalu going to be trying to bomb and try to see if he can do anything, but Lolguy is going to go down. Really great stuff from Saxophone, and now they have to keep Hubada alive. Everyone on G6 is going to be trying to make their way forward to get in onto that medic and nullify the Uber advantage that froyotech had, but they're just going to be waiting over on middle instead, and they it seems like it is going to be, yeah, it's just going to be an Uber charge for the side of froyotech. But Gungan going down means that it's going to slow things down even more for froyotech. They do have time to work with. They still have enough Uber advantage to wait for Gungan to get back up if they want to do so and take this Uber in when he is up with them. But that does buy time for Lolguy to build his Uber. He's probably not going to get it, but they go in regardless.
Yeah, a really aggressive call, trying to make the grounds and push forward. A desperate back cap play has been sort of decided. Habib kind of winning this 1v1 with heals, without heals, I should say. And Marmalu only going to trade with Sax. Not looking good for the remaining fragger on the side of G6. Just holding off long enough. Bot mode with the respawn, and also Soapy coming up could make the difference here. They do have the Uber advantage. They need to try and pull something similar to what Froyo just pulled out, but they need to do it that also grabs either a crucial demo pick or a medic pick, and it's very difficult to chase, especially once the Uber has been forced. They're going to do it straight to the kitchen. Catch out the medic. What a play.
Oh my god, and they're able to get Saxophone as well. Soapy, the only one to fall for G6, but they'll take that trade any day of the week. They get the medic and a soldier for only one of their own, and now froyotech are massively on the back foot. This is going to be a very big Uber advantage for like a G6. They got control of middle. They're going to try and get in onto second. It's really only Habib watching a couple sticky traps. He doesn't get it onto bot mode. He's at risk of maybe getting caught out here. No, his team come in just in the nick of time. Now the soldiers going to be bombing around. They want to try and get onto Lolguy if they possibly can, and maybe just get some picks. They get one onto Logan. Now this seems going to be a DM fight right now in the yard. They get onto Marmalu. Hubada is going to go down, but Botman and Soapy Meister, and now Lolguy at risk of falling as well, trying to run out with caps, but Yite is on the chase, leading the charge. Can he get in onto the squad? No, they're going to be able to stay alive. Very crucial life lived there from Lolguy to be able to stay alive there, but froyotech with the aggression gets some control of mid. Still going to be G6 with Uber advantage, but froyotech just giving them more space that they have to take.
The crucial thing there was Soapy Meister in the back lines, wrapped through lobby, managed to find the kill onto Soapy Meister. So this complete destructive Uber advantage could be the difference maker. But just like we saw last time, it was quick and easy to take out Abada, but it won't last for long. This is what?
Abada! He gets onto Logai with the arrow. That's some medic on medic violence right there. A drop for G6. And now this is going to be massive Uber for froyotech. They don't have it just quite yet, but in theory, they could take this all the way to G6's last. So G6, they capture up mid, and they know that they have to do something similar. They have to force this Uber out from Hubada or just get so many picks that it makes it undoable for froyotech. But it's going to be a very, very tall task for them.
Pushing into mid tends to be easy when you have Uber, but holding on to an advantage after that Uber, after getting as far in as you can, is disastrous in some cases. Lower push is coming through kitchen. It's a very fast wrap. They go straight to the saw to cut off the demo man. It looks like Logan will not be able to survive. Bot mode also falls, and Marmaloo, one last effort to make something happen. It's just G6's combo getting nice and comfy onto this last with at least some advantage, but when you're on last, it's really difficult to even justify pushing out, even with an Uber advantage.
Yeah, it is very, very scary. You already see bot mode getting up onto the sentry gun. So even with this Uber advantage, G6 are playing just to hold. Actually, no, they're going for it. Instead, Caps is going with it. They're going aggressive here. You love to see it, but could this be disaster for them? If this Uber doesn't work out and they lose someone like Logan, it could be the end as they do lose it. Caps just trying to make everything work, but right now an opportunity for froyotech to come back in with their own Uber charge, now getting it up to 100%. G6 didn't even capture second. Now froyotech, they don't have to worry about any sticky traps. They can immediately go right in, and they do. Bombing in, Habib in through lower. He jumps in sky high, and he's going to be able to take down the sentry gun. So much cap time onto the point. G6 need to get onto it. It's desperately so. They have the late game heavy. Is that going to be enough? They're at player disad right now. froyotech just trying to regroup, reheal. They take down the heavy. It's only going to be one man left alive is Logan, and that is gonna be it. 4-3 in the favor of froyotech. It was looking dicey. It was back and forth. It looked like G6 could have had it so many times over all three maps, but froyotech showing why they're the most dominating team in the history of this game come out as your victors.
In one of the greatest best of threes we've seen in a long time. So much tension, a lot of pressure riding on both teams, and we were seeing it in those final rounds. It was such a deficit that G6 was able to, supplement, come back, make it happen, and right there we see just the smallest of advantages curdle into what was froyotech's victory. Congratulations to froyotech. Congratulations to our players for making sincerely one of the best matches all around that we've seen. Really, truly, thank you, players. I'm at a loss for words. That was just such a high roller of a game. So many exciting moments, so many great plays. Every player stepping up as well. Really got to give a shout out to our VIPs, which are, any number of players. Banny single-handedly getting 4 kills when they were about to be on their last. It's so much to take in. Every player played a role. Really well done, everyone.
Yeah, honestly, phenomenal work from every single person in the server. I mean, sure, froyotech, they did win it, but it was so close. I mean, the first map, 4-2. The second map, 4-3. The next map, also 4-3. 2 4-3s in a row. So it's not like froyotech came in and dominated. No, at times it seemed like G6 were the ones dominating, especially on that first map. But it was just adaptation after adaptation, close fought battle after close fought battle, insane play after insane play, Hail Mary after Hail Mary. These guys gave it their all, and I'm sure they're all going to be walking away from that. If we had time to interview them, they'd all be saying, oh, we made so many mistakes. Next time we weren't playing our best, but still it just shows the level that these guys are on. It's just insane back and forth TF2. It's what we love to see, and I 100% agree with you. an amazing best of three. And what a wonderful way to culminate this Fireside Cup. And so, Froyotech, sorry, are going to be your grand finals winners. Really great stuff for them. Kind of sets up their future. Draws a lot of eyes to what's next for these two squads in the upcoming matches. But at least for this, Froyotech have proven themselves number one, and what a great way to see them do it.
Yeah, congratulations, the winners, grabbing that clean $750 grand prize and being able to call themselves champions ahead of LAN, ahead of the end of the seasons and all that. Really, they worked hard to earn it, because let me tell you, starting from a deficit of beginning, map 1 so significantly behind, and then close games the whole way through, they had to fight G6 as hard as possible, and it demonstrated the win.
Yeah. And I just got to mirror what you said. Shout outs to G6. They played amazing. Every single one of them. Shout outs to a Dr. Underscore for producing this tonight. Always a goat, always a beast. Shout out to everyone else on Fireside for helping put on this tournament in the first place. Shout outs to you, Ro. It's been amazing, truly amazing casting with you tonight. It's been such a pleasure and an amazing match to cast with you. But I think you have a very, very important shout out to do.
It's more than a shout out. It's a part of the reason this cup was so fun and so successful. It's our sponsor from Manco Store. Really, whenever you need to do anything like money-wise with TF2, manco.store is the place to go. You can sell and buy items, get real cash, and if you use the affiliate link below, you will be able to support us, support Manco Store, and be able to get what you want out of liquidating your TF2 collection, or maybe upgrading it, seeing some cool hats from the games we saw tonight, some really good unusuals, a lot of burning flames, whatnot. All of that is available. You can shop at manco.store, check out the affiliate link, !Manco Store, and bring support, because that kind of support is what allows for the high caliber TF2 you've seen here, using the funds to be able to support our players, support our cast, and all of that. Shoutouts to all of you, the viewers. I hope you enjoyed this match as much as we have, and I hope that you will continue to enjoy TF2 in the weeks and months to come, because let me tell you, TF2 is still not going anywhere. The action is still the peak of competitive TF2 all around us and with these teams. So shoutouts to our teams, froyotech the winners, and G6 giving them a run for their money the whole way through. It was not a pushover. It was TF2 at its best.
I can't say it any better than that whatsoever. And aside from that, I think that's going to be it for us here at Fireside. This has been the Fireside Cup, and we hope you have enjoyed all of it. And don't worry, we've got some more goodies on the way. But until then, we'll see you next time. See ya.